Cool. Were you? Who are you testing that with? Yeah?
App on my phone.
Huh. All right. But we'll
Is that
see.
what you got, or
So
no?
so far it's working. I'm trying to see if I can see it streaming yet. Here we go. All right. Do you want me to
Want to? Oh,
hold on? There we go. Now
there we
try
go.
it.
Let's see how now. Do we have audio? Do we have? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? That was. Let's see if we've actually got it. So, guys, technical difficulty. Sorry, we're a little late this morning, but you can imagine. You can see a lot of activity and hear a lot of activity around us, and so we're just going to make sure we're good to go. Cool. So hey, let's say good morning to everybody. There's a lot of say good morning, sunshine. Samantha, how's it going? Good morning. Good morning, everybody. We got a lot of people on. So
That's Wayno.
Wayno, what's up, dude? Let's go. Good morning, New Hampshire in the house. So good to see you guys. Alan, good morning. William, Laura, good morning. Happy Dicky Wednesday. Gabriel, good morning. And Sarah's there. Good morning, everybody. Good morning to you. Frank, what's up, buddy, from Pittsburgh? Mike's on. Good morning, dude. How's it going? So, hey, this has been a great week. We're going to bring over some people and talk about the project going on behind us, day 3 of 6. So we're at the end of today. We hope to be close to halfway done. We're not quite there yet. It's not yet. So we're going to have to bust our butts. But we usually get here about 7:15 in the morning. We leave here about 6 o'clock at night. So we're trying not to, beat everybody to death, but been a lot of fun so far. So we're gonna I got some Q&A that I collected over the last couple weeks since we announced we're going to be here. We'll go over that, and then we're going to bring some people up and just talk about the project from the detailer's perspective, and just have some fun. And so we'll go from there. So. Let's go ahead and let's get Bobby and a couple of the other guys over.
Yeah, you got it.
Yep. So we'll do it from there. So
but tell them a little about that airplane.
So airplane behind us. So let's talk about Air Force One. Technically, this is not Air Force One. Technically, matter of fact, the 2 747s that the current president uses, unless he's on board, it's not Air Force One. But we've got special permission, or I should say the museum and Boeing does, is for advertising and marketing purposes. They call this Air Force One because it brings a lot of people in and teaches them the history behind the aircraft. So we've got a couple guests, but so this plane served, it was the first plane to take a president for a jet flight. And so it took our President Eisenhower in 1959 was the first time that jets were utilized in presidential service. So Eisenhower utilized the plane, and then it went into the service with Kennedy, and then it went all the way through. There was a second one built. Its sister that became primary. This went to, it's a 1-2 team. Even to today, there's 2 Air Force Ones, or 2 presidential service airplanes. There's a whole fleet of airplanes that are used for the executive branch and so forth. But there's 2 planes dedicated to presidential use, and I believe they're going to stick with that. Usually what they do is the older one goes to kind of a backup situation, and then the primary. So we're going to kick off. It's hard to concentrate. There's a lot of noise going on. There's lifts going on, and we've got all kinds of stuff. And we've got booms. You can see, I'll hear in a second when they get up there. We've got people up in boom lifts. And how many lifts do we have here this year? 6?
I think we have 8.
8 lifts. Yeah, we got 8 lifts going. You can hear them in the background. So we had our safety briefing. So let's run through, and we'll kind of share with you guys what we do every day. Is we get up early. We're at the hotel. We're at one hotel. We have breakfast. What time are you guys getting down there? 6 o'clock? 6 o'clock. Everybody's eating breakfast. I'm not a breakfast eater. I kind of get some stuff done, text with Diane, go through and try to clear out some emails, and then answer questions from the East Coast. Our East Coast brothers are up a little earlier. Just go and check some of that out. And then we take off for here. We go get our coffee, come in here, and at about 7:30, we're usually started, and then take a lunch break about noon, and then we go all the way at 5:30. We're starting to pull everybody off the airplanes, but it doesn't end there. We have to clean up. We have to put everything away, all the housekeeping, and so it's pretty intense. I think we last count there was 2,000 towels that we're using this year, and we launder them as we go now. And so those 2,000 towels, we go through. What would you say? How many towels will we launder them? Is it double?
Easily.
4,000? What do you think? Double?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, probably double. So going through about 4,000 towels, just towels alone. I think that's probably pad-wise. Oh, my God. I mean, there's probably
too many.
Probably, I'm going to say 400 or 500 in stock that are rotating, and we're cleaning the pads as we go. There's no way we can just grab a fresh pad. I mean, we'd be into it so much money. One thing that a lot of people, one of the questions I had was, how do you get paid for this? And we're all volunteers. Chris did a great job this year, and the industry came together and sponsored enough where Diane and I actually think that we're gonna walk out this year and not have out of pocket money, which is really nice because it's the first 2 times we detailed this airplane. when we were restoring it. It did not look like it looks now. It was basically about as shiny as the back of my phone. I mean, it just had no gloss whatsoever. Those years were for profit. We made good profit off of it, but we did a little trade work and we got presidential approval from then President Bush to use the term detailer of Air Force One and the Air Force One detail team by donating that money back to the Air Force and DOD. Now, this is something we're going to deal with all day too. We're right at Boeing Field, and so there's all kinds of private jets and military jets, and that 777 yesterday. There's a 777, a brand new one, wings fold up on the end. That thing was taken off. So there's a little bit about the project. We'll dive into that a little more in between on the Q&A sessions. So let's talk. Let's have you guys introduce yourselves. So you guys are gonna have to get in and Ricky Bobby it. Get real close.
My name is Bobby Weiner.
Gotta talk real loud.
I'm from Long Branch, New Jersey. Finer Details. I've been on the project. This is my 8th time on this project, and every time it is an honor to be selected, and it just means so much to me personally and to my business. It's done wonders for my business. It's still getting attention almost weekly. I get people asking about it and saying, "Hey, I heard about you detailing Air Force One," and it's just an incredible experience.
So all these years, and it's funny because I've got on my business card, I've got the me on top of the wing from years ago, and every time, I hand my business card out, people are like, "You're kidding me," and I'm like, "Yeah." It never seems to age. I do, but it doesn't. And it's right. I mean, it's kind of funny, but we always hear it. Now, the other thing is, Bobby, you've heard this too, is we get the trolls out there and they go, "Oh my God, you guys have done that before." Well, yeah. And people have come after this project, they can't get it, and the reason why is, listen, to get this project that first time, going through the Department of Defense and the Air Force that owns this museum doesn't own this, Boeing doesn't own this. It's owned by the Air Force and DOD, and we had to get permission to touch this thing, and man, it was problematic. Even like three years ago, it was still tough to get. I mean, we had to go last year and this year. It was like, oh yeah, they're doing it. Okay, we would almost get an instant response back. That is no problem. So we take it as a compliment because it's a returning client, and I'll be direct. There's not too many people out there that can pull this off. Is that our group pulls this off, and it's not the saying that we're that great. We just had that. We have the advantage that we've been doing it, these big projects for so long. We know, and the insurance. This thing's,
Priceless.
I mean, the value. Christie's. I don't know who evaluated it in the last. Somebody did. They didn't do it the year before that. They did it last year, and our insurance found it, and they said it's $300+ million. That's how it came out. It was $300+ million. So, Chris, introduce yourself.
All right, so I'm Chris Williams from Aiken, South Carolina, owner of East Coast Custom Detailing. It's my second year on the project. Now this year I'm actually on the finishing team. Been working on Air Force One all week. Great honor. This, like Bobby has said, this is life changing for us as business owners, not just for business, but just the project itself. It's amazing.
It is. It's so, and you've got a lot of. We're proud Americans. We've had a lot of international people on this project too.
Yeah.
Curacao, Canada has come in. We've had people from many countries that took great pride in not just American pride, but this is an epic plane all over the world, especially this one. I mean, it did some amazing things. I mean, right in the heart of the Cold War and Vietnam War, this thing was going all over the globe trying to establish peace. And that was think of this. Those that studied history are old enough to remember it. I don't remember it, but I learned about it. The Cuban Missile Crisis, all part of it. I mean, this thing was active all during that time frame. And you think of the people. I mean, the day that Kennedy was assassinated, it's on the tarmac, and down in Texas. So all the history of this. So Bobby, you mentioned, I'm going to go back and forth. So tell us a little bit about your company and where you're at, kind of what you specialize in.
Yeah, so I'm in Long Branch, New Jersey. I started back in 2011, right after I trained with you out in Big Bear. Um, we do a lot of daily drivers, but we also do a lot of ceramic coatings. I have a few clients that have some collections. I have a custom car builder who I do. I brought Renny to the
God.
shop this year, as a matter of fact, and the guy specializes in restoring Tuckers, 1948 Tuckers. He has family history with the Tucker family, and it's just a really cool ride that I never thought that I would get the opportunity to do anything like the projects that I've gotten and the business that I've gotten, and it all stemmed from training with Renny and from going on projects like this. It really is amazing.
So let's talk about Tuckers for a second. It's when we met. You've known since day one, man. My bucket list, one of the few vehicles I haven't touched is a Tucker. And if you guys don't know what a Tucker automobile is, go check it out. It's pretty special. How many are left now?
47, I believe.
47 out of there's 54 or
51.
something. 51 made. So amazing vehicle, way beyond their time. I mean, had he not been screwed with, I mean, cars today would be different just because of Tucker, in his dream. But I got the call and I couldn't make it when you detailed your first one. I was really bummed. I don't know, I had something going on. I just couldn't make it. But pretty awesome.
Yeah, he's in the process of restoring another one, and you're going to get the invite again.
I got to see that and got to touch it, and it's like, wow, I mean, just how cool. So, and again, you've been on a lot of these not just this project, but other projects we do. Monterey has been pretty awesome. So that's cool. So, Chris, why don't you tell us a little something about your company?
All right, so like I said, I'm out of Aiken, South Carolina. We do some custom truck builds, hot rods, boats. Hot rods are a lot of the things we get. Some of our high-end clients, we got a large collection, 37 slant backs all the way, 39 Thrift Masters, 67 T-Bird long tops, a couple of Aston Martins. So we specialize mostly in ceramic coatings, paint corrections, but we do it all. We consider ourselves high-end detailers in that area.
That's cool.
Not your typical, corner car wash type guys. So we do focus on them.
So, somebody just asked and it went up. Why are you wearing a backpack?
That's my Camelback.
You get thirsty real quick.
Yeah,
man.
I stay hydrated, especially up here in Seattle. Coming from South Carolina, it's hot. So drink, hydrate. And it goes the same up here.
And it makes it so much easier to have it on you.
It is.
Than reaching
I'm
down
not running back to a cooler. It's right there. I got all my supplies on me. No need to be off the job. I can stay right there, keep working, focus on what I need to get done, and go to work.
So let's go through. I mean, you guys saw this project before you were on the project. Okay. So what do you think? And these types of projects, because there's other people that have done cool stuff in the industry.
Yeah.
What are these projects done for the industry? What's it do for detailing? Because a lot of people see it, they think it's our egos, and it's definitely part of that. We're all driven individuals. We love doing this, but listen, the pay sucks. We could all be making a lot more money just staying home and doing this, but it's more than that, and it's more than even patriotism. It's a connection with these. I mean, you're seeing Air Force One behind us, but what you don't see is the B-29. What you don't see is a DC-2, which there's hardly. I don't know how many DC-2s are left. This isn't a DC-3. This is a DC-2. You see the United Airlines. That's the last one of its kind. There is no more of that. I mean, there's none. Serial number 1, 727, 737, 747 is sitting right in front of us. We can see the tail sections of all of them. Serial number 6, 787 is right there. I mean, the list goes on. But what do these projects do for the industry?
It draws attention to it, I think, number one, because obviously this is a huge, enormous project, and there's a lot of people that would love to get the opportunity to do it. And it just kind of brings attention to the detailing industry, to what we do, and it gives us the opportunity to strike up a conversation and talk to people about it. And I believe it just kind of it lifts the industry up.
Absolutely.
I think it brings awareness to our clientele. Like there's more to detailing than just getting out here, vacuuming out of the car and wiping stuff down. There's a professional level to this, and you got to be on your P's and Q's and know your stuff to get out here and work on some of this stuff.
No,
It's it's ever changing. Panel to panel, it's changing. So, and the paint systems on cars. So there's a lot of things that this leads up to, and I think it brings awareness to our general public. They see us go out here and market ourselves, yeah, of course, but like, hey, look, there's more to this than just washing a car with a sponge, and soap. So
Well said.
Yep. So, hey, we got Christopher saying, hey, everyone, killing it. Hans, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Christopher, good morning, everybody. Victor says super smart on the on that. Tucker is special. Yeah, he is. Tucker, we have a Tucker here too, and he's one. I can honestly say this: our Tucker is one of a kind.
No doubt.
There's not
No
40.
doubt.
There's not 40 something met. It's one of a kind. He's very unique, and that's his dad saying that. So Brent, how's it going? Jamie the cleaner, what's up, dude? It's good seeing you, man. I just got to meet him. What a cool dude. He was really, really cool. Let's see here. Let's go through. I just want to get some of these love. You love.
Renny, I got 2 more guys for you.
Okay, cool. Love Tucker. Hold on real quick. We're going to go through this. I just want to see if there's anything else for you guys. Mike's Auto Detailing. What's up, dude? How you doing? Good morning. Puerto Rico in the house. Let's go back through. I saw something else. Hey, Michael, man, with You're Able. Hey, he's just so proud of you guys. What an epic endeavor. Logistics challenge. Yeah, a little bit of that. Amazing work, you guys. Thank you, Michael. And again, there's You're Able in-house. One of the greatest softwares in our industry. Really changing our industry, helping to change it. We're so fortunate because we've got a lot of these people that are involved. These companies, one of you, they fed us, they sponsor us. They make us able to do this. I mean, this is a really expensive project to pull off. Now, okay, we're going to go back just a little bit, and I'll get into this with Doug. Your first year on this project, let's talk some of the differences real quick, and then we'll jump off of here. Hotel,
night and day.
night and day. Food,
Night and day.
we would pitch in and buy
Pizza
and nasty pizza. Remember Harry? These guys are from New Jersey. What was Papa
Pizza's
John's?
not very good at it.
Yeah. I mean, we've got more equipment. What Keith brought with BNS coming in with the logistic wise and organizing everything. I mean, just night and day, right? Bringing the rad company in and getting all these towels.
And just the location. The location alone
right.
is a big difference. We have a roof now overhead. We were across the street years ago, baking in the sun. If it rained, we got wet. We don't have that anymore.
No, yeah. And so it's pretty cool. Well, gents, thank you very much. We're going to take and come on in and get a couple more on there so get back to work. So let's go back through while we're setting up real quick. What I'm going to do, thanks, man. Hey, AFO, looking great. So Sarah asks, is there anything you apply for the finish to help the aircraft for next year? Absolutely, Beadmaker. We took it on the B-29, and what I'll do, maybe see if you can scan the GoPro over towards the B-29, just see if they can see it. I'm going to watch it. So you guys, it's going to be a little harder to do, but we're going to come over and you can see it in the background over there. It's kind of hiding, but you can see it looks really like a shiny piece of chrome now. But what we found out, there's a couple, and Sarah, this is a great question. There's a couple different coatings we could put over the top of aluminum, but what we found out is it dulls it down. The other thing is the Air Force and the DoD gets really nervous when you start talking about putting coatings on these artifacts. And so we got to be really careful with that. But what we found out is because we are undercover here now, is that what Beadmaker's doing is it's actually, this paint, the paint on Air Force One was last done in the 70s during the Jimmy Carter administration. They had plans on repainting it. Matter of fact, all that polished aluminum behind me, they were going to completely cover it with paint. They didn't believe that we could restore it. And 19 years ago, we proved that we could restore it. And so in recent times, through the years, if you go back, we had McGuire's D-156 on this airplane. We've had Sonex. What's the Sonex in the can? You guys remember that?
Okay.
Hold on.
Yeah, Net Shield. Thank you.
Net Shield, yeah.
Chris with Flex just came up with an answer. So, we've had some great products on it through the years. We went over and we've had some great polishes. Now what we try to do is, because this paint in the metal, it's a cladded aluminum, which means that there's a protective layer over the top, and it's like a plating over the top. We're really protected. We don't try to get this metal absolutely perfect. The reason why is, Sarah, this kind of falls in line with it, is that if you try to get it perfect, we're going to wear down that cladding and it will never look the same. So we have to take in at this point, it's about preservation. We got to get all that top layer of gunk off of the aluminum. It's constantly breathing and it's constantly changing. And then we lay down a real thin layer of bead maker over the top. That's made it a lot easier to gently come back and remove it. Now, next year on the 20th anniversary, we're going to go ahead and take and polish the paint back out on this one. It's starting to get a little chalky. We've got another year in it. But again, we're trying to preserve it. They did some touch up to it this year. And the good news is we don't have to repaint it. They don't want to repaint history. And so that's a great question. So bead maker's on it. Pretty simple.
Don't forget bead maker's Boeing approved now.
And bead maker's Boeing approved now. Chris threw that in. So we've got that. Let's go real quickly. Whoops. Yeah, unique is a good word for Tucker. You guys will meet Tucker today. Yeah, man, we got you stoop awful. Yeah, man, that Hans brought food when we were in the UK. Thanks, Tom saying AFO looks great. Sean says great job. Rick, hey dudes, greetings from Europe. Welcome, buddy. Thanks, Rick. Let's go back over to Mark. Hey, Mark, what's up? Gallons. How many gallons of bead maker? We're putting them on a lot of planes. We got about 17 planes that we're going to bead maker. I'm going to guess we're going to be at 20 plus gallons, somewhere right there. Real close to it. About 20 gallons. Cool. So I've got. How many is in the crew? We're keeping the crew down. We used to give big teams. Last year was 19. COVID kind of changed things. This year it's 30, and we're going to stick with that. We're going to stick with 30. So now we've got a couple guys that are on each side of me that are returning members. So we're going to have them introduce themselves, and we'll talk about how the project's changed in your guys' time. So,
Yasir Wakar.
There you go. Good to see you, buddy.
Likewise.
Yep. Where you out of?
Atlanta, Georgia. Red
Cool.
Clay Detailing is my business.
There you go.
And I do.
How many years on the project?
I've been on the project. This is my fourth time.
Fourth
So
time.
I've skipped with COVID. We skipped that year, the first
Right.
year. And then I skipped a year in between, but I've been on the project 4 years now.
That's pretty cool. Okay. Introduce yourself.
Paul Frasco
What's up, buddy?
from Massachusetts. Now I'm in Connecticut,
Yep.
and this is my fourth year on the project. My first year was actually with Yasir too.
That's,
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys were rookies together.
Yeah.
Working together.
And this guy's newly married. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yep. It's that's pretty cool. And he had a great wedding too. It was pretty
Yeah.
cool to watch
Yeah,
it
it was
online
great.
and see how you guys did it. And
Yeah,
how did you sucker her into that?
I don't know.
Yeah. So
I
you
just got lucky.
know, so going back. So tell us. So we'll go this way now. Tell us about your business. What do you do? You specialize in big, small.
So we specialize in just high quality service in my detail business. I never wanted to get into just one thing. Like some people do coatings, some people just do detailing. I like to be well rounded and do a little of everything. And we made the service for the customers the priority, and we actually won a few awards from customer service in our area and
That's
in
cool.
the detailing industry too. And that's been the focus, the quality of the work, the service. So we do regular full, inside outside detailing, paint correction, ceramic coating, paint protection film. But we're kind of 50-50 on the paint corrections and coatings and the regular detailing. We haven't gone away from the detailing because it keeps us busy.
Absolutely.
So-
Absolutely. Especially the economy's getting a little challenged right now.
Yep.
Gas prices are eating into
Oh, yeah.
profits. I mean, it's everything. Inflation's out of control. Okay, so let's hear about your business.
Most of my business is paint correction and ceramic coatings, but I do interior detailing. As a matter of fact, interior detailing is how I built my business. So I got 2 of those lined up when I get back to Atlanta.
There you go. So let me ask you guys. You guys, 4 years into this, you keep coming back. How's it? What's it done for your business?
It definitely gets people eyeballs on my business because they see it and it piques their interest. So it starts the conversation and it gets them in the door, makes the phone call. Not a lot, but people say, hey, I saw your video, your Air Force One video on YouTube, or I saw a picture. What is this about? They start asking questions about it.
That's
so
cool.
It definitely piques their interest.
That's cool.
Um,
Same question.
So it's what Yasir said. It's a conversation starter. It's really unique thing to say that it just gets people's attention. They're really curious of what it is. They want to know more, and it sets you apart from other detailers in the area, and it gets you outside of. It gets me outside of Enfield, Connecticut. I'm not just detailing in my business there.
Yeah.
I'm doing other things, and you learn a lot from working on things other than just cars all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, here's, we're going to have some of the rookies in, and they kind of learned a lesson over on the V29. So our first day, we've got 10 rookies with us, and we put most of them up on the V29, right? And they're going, and they're like, man, you guys, this aluminum stuff is not as hard as you just said it was. And we're saying, wait for it. And then we brought them back in yesterday when the sun was hitting perfect on it, and they're like, uh-oh. And so, yeah, they're learning real quick that aluminum. Yeah. How much? Oh, that's a good question. And as a matter of fact, it was just up there. What's the difficulty level on the aluminum on either of these planes compared to normal paint that most technicians are dealing with?
Night and day in terms of how to deal with the aluminum. People call me about aluminum polishing. I don't do it.
No, it's too much.
Yeah, I don't do it.
Easier ways. You guys that specialize in aluminum polish, and which I did for many years on aircraft, right? Yeah. And I look back at those times and I'm like, what was I thinking? I mean, I loved it, right? Yeah. But there's easier ways to make money, I mean, it's like, wow, it is so much work. It's just unbelievable. Yeah. And so again, from your perspective, what's this done for your skill set? So we talked about the business side of it. What's it done for your skill set?
It makes polishing paint so much easier. Like the GM black, I don't get nervous about that anymore.
No.
It's nothing.
No.
It's nothing. Yeah. When you work on hours and hours and hours of aluminum polishing, you can just look at what's happening in front of you on the paint and figure it out.
It develops patience. So when you're polishing paint, you don't rush it.
Right. Yeah.
You don't have to rush it.
Well, and somebody asked just a minute ago is what's the difference between this and an Airstream? Most of the Airstreams aren't cladded. A lot of it's just and matter of fact, that's cladded too. But the bare aluminum, it's a little easier, to do than cladding. Now, some of it's got nylon over the top of it or something like that. But a lot of times you strip that off. But this compared to paint, there is no comparison. Now, this paint here is single stage. When we first got this paint was so chalky, you couldn't see anything. And it's getting a little, last year when we were here, there's zero chalk. This year, a little dullness, and we just didn't bid out taking, and we don't want to take and remove too much of that paint because we want it to last. And so we're real protective over taking it. So the paint's not too bad to polish. It's the aluminum. Yeah. What have you signed the rookies this year? We've got a couple of our stud female detailers on. It's a good crew, right?
Yeah.
But did you guys see their face when we, when they stood out and looked at the B29? So, and also they said, somebody said, hey, what is this size wise compared to an Airstream? The B29, I don't know, it's probably about 14 Airstream trailers built into one, not including because it's 360 degrees. It's all the whole tube is polished. Yeah. Then you got the wings, and then you got, look at the nacelles. Look at the engines. The engines alone, there's 4 of them. That's an Airstream trailer right there. Yeah. So the engines, each engine and the inside engine's probably the biggest Airstream trailer just off of that one.
It's bigger than my Volkswagen.
It's bigger than Volkswagen. So how cool. And then some of the people we meet, right?
Yeah.
And then it's, were you guys here when we met Dick, the B-17?
Yeah, I met him last year.
Is that cool?
I got a picture with him.
Yeah.
sign one of my
And
shirts.
so tell everybody who that is.
Dick Nelms, he's a captain. He flew on the was it B-17.
Mm-hmm.
So he was in his early 20s, I guess, back then.
Yeah.
And he flew during World War II. And how many runs?
35.
30, yeah, 30 something
Over Germany.
over Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't he say that? Didn't he say he got shot at too?
Oh, a
in
lot.
that aircraft?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He lost crew.
That's crazy.
He had crew killed.
99 and a half.
99 and a half this year, and he's going to be here on Saturday. He asked about us. He loves seeing us, especially my wife. The guy's just spitting game all over the place. You know, some things don't change with guys as they age. You know, and well, hey, guys, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And so we're going to go through and let's grab a couple more people.
Yeah, I got Doug and Tucker coming
Okay,
up.
cool. So we're going to go through. Hey, Damon, howdy from Idaho. What part of Idaho, bud? Nick, man. Hey, Nick Vacchio's on, guys. Yeah, Nick's on. So Nick said to say hi. Nick said hi, guys. So you guys got to come back and say hi to Nick. What's up, buddy? Papa Smurf, check out the gloss on that baby in the background, right? Thanks, buddy. And then Romero, good morning, dude. Good to see you, man. What's up?
Hey, Renny.
Okay, here's the other. This is the weird Tucker. We were talking about Tucker, the uniqueness of a Tucker automobile, and then we've got the unusual Tucker. So introduce yourself.
Hey, what's up, guys? Tucker from Greenland, New Hampshire. Me and my dad, Brent, run Revive Auto Detailing out of there.
Yeah, and so Damon, Sun Valley. So Damon, I hate to say this, and have we met before? And you know my history back in Sun Valley. You got to answer that. So Tucker is awesome, and it's you guys run a family-based business.
Yes, sir.
You know, and how many staff do you guys have? You, your dad.
I think we're up to 9 right now. Last I counted.
Wow. Okay. Right. Not what you and I want at this age, right?
Right.
We're not doing that. So introduce
more.
yourself.
Hi, my name is Doug Parfit. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I own I for Detail Auto Detailing.
So this dude is the man. How many years have you managed the project?
Oh, wow. 4 or 5.
Four or
In that
five.
range, yeah.
And how many times have you been here?
This is number 10.
Wow, 10,
Wow.
man. I think next to me, that's it. You and Bobby, maybe?
That's special, yeah. Bobby's right up there.
You and Bobby.
Yeah.
So Doug, actually, a lot of people don't realize this, is that I get to have fun on this project. He has to work. You know, I used to manage it and be all stressed, and that's why I don't have hair anymore. And so let's talk about your first project. Let's talk about where the planes were, the condition of the planes, the hotel,
Yeah.
the food.
Great memories.
You know, we didn't follow OSHA protocol back then.
No.
We had to get a little wild on how we reached things, right? So just talk about the progression of the project, you know, from your early days all the way up to now.
Yeah, right. So obviously we're under pavilion right now. The planes were all outside, and so we worked outside in the sun with a nice pasty paint. And really back then, you know, it was completely different. It was completely different. And, you know, we dealt with several steps on the paint, several steps on the aluminum. And now we got it a little more tuned in. But, you know, pizza every day. That was lunch 7 days straight.
Man.
You know.
Well, we had to treat at McDonald's every once in a while.
And we had, you know, accommodations were fantastic. You know, they were, you know, trucker stops, and you know, we shared them. But they, you know, it was a lot of fun still. It was still a blast. But when you see the progression of this project, what it was, how we ran things, and now how we were able to get it more organized and bring the staff we bring now, and tuning these aircraft into where they are now. It's amazing where they've come over the years.
It really is. It's so Tucker,
Yes, sir.
rookie.
Yep.
What was your first? Okay, let's go back. So tell us a little bit about your business. What you guys kind of specialize in. What you guys do.
So we're in our 6th year of business now. We did not start as a detailing company. Both my father and I were dealership vendors, running the lots, helping to fix used cars that came in, and we didn't enjoy it. So we both, I owned my own business at the time doing interior repairs. Revive started as a bumper repair company, believe it or not. And both my father and I started detailing on the side to bring in a little more money and enjoy what we were doing a little more. And in the first year that we did that with Revive, no marketing, not pushing it whatsoever, 40% of our revenue came from detailing.
Wow. That's
So
pretty
the
cool.
next year we dropped the bumper repair altogether, sold all paint supplies. I had sold my business and transitioned into business with my dad to help run. Your first hire is the hardest. So having me come on and do the legwork while he was able to work on the business allowed us to grow pretty quickly. Now we're on our second physical location. We've stopped mobile detailing and we really prioritize paint corrections, ceramic coatings. We're on track to do about 200 coatings this year.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Harry, he just said hi.
Oh, what's up,
up,
Harry?
man? How's it going, Harry? Good to see you, bud. And then Mark says, hey, make us all proud. Keep up the fantastic work. Love that Detail Mafia. Have a great day. Ladies and gents, awesome, man. Damon, again, I've got a history in Sun Valley. I lived there for many years. Two of my youngest kids were actually born there. So pretty cool. We have met, and sorry if I don't, I'm good with faces. So about 20 years ago. So, oh, shit. Okay, Damon, I got you. I detailed my first car with you about 20 years ago. Wow. Okay, got you, Damon. That's unreal, man. That's unreal.
I wasn't even doing much 20 years ago.
Yeah, you still don't.
That's what staff is for.
So let's talk about. Doug's gonna love this one. What you got?
Oh, no, I was gonna say I wanted to bring up the flag and the importance of the flag on
Okay.
the project.
Oh, cool. Well, a couple different things. We'll have to find it today as you go through. We'll find it.
It's moving.
What the flag on Air Force One? Are they on it right now?
No.
They had a lift up there just a minute ago. Where's the lift at? Oh yeah,
They moved it around to the other engine.
But the flag on Air Force One is when you see it from here, it doesn't look that big. When you're getting up next to it, it's huge. It's huge. But we have all the people that served or are serving in the military do the flag, or people that are EMS police officers, or they want to do a part of the flag in memory of a family member that served. So pretty cool. So now let's and we'll find the flag.
Yeah. What about the flag we passed around?
We'll find it. So then the big flag, right? We do that. Then we carry every day with us. We pass it around. Have you touched it yet? Have you gotten it? You've gotten it? Have you gotten it yet?
I've not gotten it yet.
I haven't either. I haven't gotten it yet. So we have a flag that we bring, and each one of us carries the flag throughout the project at least once or twice. And then as we do that, we take in, we hand it off to it. A lot of times it's handed off to people that mean something to us. We get the little message. And then at the end of the project, we dedicate the flag to somebody and they go home with it. So it's pretty cool.
Renny,
Oh, I got the flag. Thanks, dude. Thank you.
hey, I just want to thank you for everything that you've done for me and my business. And it just means the world to me to
Thank
be
you.
here and to be selected, so many times.
That's awesome. Thank you. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And so here's that flag. And so I'll carry it around for the next hour or so. And then just like Bobby came up and said something to me, I'll give it to somebody that it means something. And some people will get it 2 or 3 times. And then we present this flag at the end. Last year, Marion, the gal that helps us get here to work on the B-29, her husband was a B-29 engineer. And so last year, the team, she was here to have lunch with us. And we lined everybody up and we started the flag at one side and it came all the way down the line. Each person touched it. So we had it like this. Each person passed it along. And then she didn't know. She thought she was going to help us present the flag to whoever we're dedicating it to in the project. And we actually presented it to her. And
Great moment.
she's a tough woman, beautiful woman, beautiful soul. And she got pretty emotional off that. It was pretty cool.
Yep.
So this means a lot to us. And so let's talk about the B-29 aluminum and the rookie teams. When they started out day one, you probably thought, oh, this isn't going to be too hard.
Oh yeah, walk in the park.
Walk in the park. What happened on day 2?
It's a long walk in the park.
Yeah, yeah, a little harder,
Yeah,
right?
the park turned into a bit of a jungle.
Uh-huh.
Got a little thick in there.
Right. And so do you want to? Hey, your dad's been on here too. He's pretty proud of you.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah, he's been.
Mom was watching. As soon as you guys got it fired up, I got a text and I see you in the background.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, your dad did too. And we started talking about Tucker automobiles, and he said something about, the other Tucker. And I said, yeah, that Tucker's very unique. That's a one of a kind Tucker.
Mm-hmm.
The other one's got 40-something Tuckers.
Yeah.
There's only one of you. And so What is it when you tell people that you've worked on this airplane? What's people's responses?
You know, first of all, I think a lot of people, they're just, they're appreciative of it, but they're just amazed you have that opportunity. They're just amazed that, that I'm able to come up and work on planes like this. And I don't think they understand that even exists. I mean, really, they just they realize like, wow, that actually exists. And then the questions start coming. Then they have all kinds of questions about, what it is and what you're doing and where it's at and why it's there and what Air Force One it was. And this one's a very, very special plane. So that's what makes it a great story. Yeah, you meet a lot of people that just want to talk to you about it. And it's a great, I mean, I have clients all the time that bring it up. For the last 10 years, a week does not go by, and I mean this, if somebody doesn't bring it up to me and wants to talk about it.
So a question that just come out a while ago is, when do you guys detail the real Air Force Ones? This is a real Air Force One. This was presidential service. If you're talking about the current 747s, I've done both of them that are flying now. I've worked as a consultant on both of them, on the interior and then on some of the bright work. It's a very unique situation with the current 747s. And so honestly, I've worked on the Reagan 707 down at the Reagan Museum. We were consultants on that one. In the early days, they had it all torn apart. They wrapped the aluminum to try to protect it, and they're actually damaging the aluminum. So I went down and spent a whole day unpackaging all the aluminum panels to get them out of the package they put them into, because it was sweating and causing the aluminum to look like it did on the B-29. And so we were consultants. We actually taught the company that put the plane back together how to polish the aluminum out. We've been asked to go down and service it before. It's in a really awkward position, and they just don't want to pay, and it's going to take a lot of specialty work because it's in a position. So we've worked on the 7.4s. I'd much rather work on this one. The history of it, nostalgic. I mean, it's pretty cool. So what do people say? You got your invite. You started telling people you're coming. What did they say?
A lot of my friends had no idea this was even here. I'm from the East Coast, so nobody around where I was even knew about this. So it's cool to kind of bring awareness to the fact that this museum's here. I didn't know where the museum was. I knew about the Air Force One project, but I still remembered I was sitting down at the beach in New Hampshire late at night, hanging out in my car, and I saw an email come up about 9 o'clock night my time, and called my dad right away, and I said, "Did you just see that email that came through?" So it was kind of crazy, tell my friends about it, and they just think it's the wildest thing, because just a couple of years ago I was not detailing cars, and now to have this opportunity and come out here and help preserve the history is really cool.
It is. You guys are going to hear somebody yelling in the background. What that is these guys learned on the B-29 is that's keeping their cadence going. And what they're doing is they're telling down, right, down, left, up, right, up, left. And so they're counting out cadence. That actually helps you not do what you guys did and get weird patterns where it looks like a quilt,
Yeah.
So
well, that's custom over there.
Yeah. But it's looking good. We got one more pass. We'll put the finishing team. So
Thank you,
Doug. Thanks, buddy.
Appreciate it, Renny.
Thank you. You got it, man.
Awesome.
All right. So a couple questions we'll answer. We're going to have the next guys come in. So, hey, Dennis, good to see you. Another Idaho guy. Hey, Dennis, do me a favor. If you got any connections at the school district in Idaho, go throw in a good word for Chris's wife, because they want to move to Idaho badly, and she needs a job at the school district. So Romero says the other Reagan Air Force One is at the Atwater, California Museum, and it needs some work. Sad to see the condition. Man, we need to get up there. Yep, and on the Air Force One, if the president's on board, I stated that earlier. But the museum and Boeing has got permission from the Air Force, because this aircraft is grounded, to officially call it Air Force One for marketing reasons. And why they do that for marketing reasons is because a lot of people don't understand the history of Air Force One. But you are right, in the event that this was ever to be airborne again, which, believe it or not, these planes have got to be kept in semi. It will never fly again, but they've got to be kept in good enough condition to where if they did want to take and throw new engines on it, is they could bring it back up to airworthy status. Is it going to ever happen? No, it costs way too much money to ever make that happen, and they don't want to take a chance on the history being lost on this thing. So, absolutely stated that at the beginning. Only Air Force One when the man, or maybe the woman's on it. Eventually, when we get a female president, as soon as the sitting president gets off that aircraft, it is no longer its normal call signal. All right, so excuse me. We got a a rookie and a rookie and a wokey. And so introduce yourself.
Rick Kolb, Greenville Spartanburg, Spot Free Detail.
There you go.
Chris Lee with McMinnville Auto Detail in McMinnville, Oregon.
Right on. And so, what did you think when you walked up when you came in here? What was your first thought when you walked up to this thing, the B-29? And
it was just a humbling experience to walk in and see such a beautiful plane and the history behind it. It was breathtaking. I mean, I couldn't say any more.
Pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Pretty cool. Now, you're one of the rookies that you can speak honestly. You get on the B-29 over there that first day, probably thinking, hey, man, this aluminum's not too hard. Is that kind of accurate?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then after we pointed some things out yesterday, did it get a little more difficult?
I don't think it got more difficult, but what it did was it united us as a team. The first day, we kind of, we tried to stick together. The second day, we formed a team and we were connected, and we had more of the flow, the right, the left, the up, the down patterns that we needed, and we could really tell that the team came together. So
that's a huge part of it. Now, you were a rookie last year. Coming back on the project this year, did it change much? Did you?
Just like Rick said, when you walk in, even though I've been here before last year, the plane still will take your breath away. The pictures you take last year don't do it justice until you walk up to it. The thing I learned this year so far with that B-29 is people think it's all the same. That plane changes
throughout the day.
It'll be easier to work on when it's cooler. By the time the sun's on it, it's warmer. It's a whole different process. There's different panels on there that, it's
been replaced over the years.
Yeah, it's completely.
There's some zero bullet holes in that thing that they patched up during the war where it got hit. And 3 years ago, we got to meet the pilot that was flying the airplane when it got hit. And it was, I won't go into details of what he said because it might be a little too much for people, but it was pretty interesting. So some of those panels have been replaced during wartime, some of them afterwards, during the restore of the project.
What hit me the hardest was we walked away from it last year with these planes looking like mirrors, proud. We put in 7 days of hard work, and then when we got here, first thing Monday morning, it was interesting to see how much they changed in 365 days. I've had people ask, why do those need to be done every year? They don't fly. Do they really need to be done every year? They do.
They do. Even see, and a lot of people. That's a great point. Dust in a museum. Dust is really corrosive, and so these things, even when the walls go in this building, when I started with it 19 years ago, all of these planes were. Well, this one, the DC-2, was flying still, and so this one was going up, as was the B-17. It was still being taken up. All the other ones have since been grounded, and again, some of these are in flight-worthy condition. Some, no way they'll ever fly again, and nor would they want to. They don't want to lose the history. But dust is corrosive as heck. So even in a really good environment, you've got to keep them clean. And bare aluminum, even in a controlled environment, is going to change. So we've got a couple airplanes within the museum, totally air conditioned, climate controlled, filtered, and we've got to go back in and redo the aluminum on them because they're tarnished. And so, and you don't want to keep allowing it to tarnish, because the more it happens, the more aggressive you're going to have to be to get it off of there, and then you take the added risk of damaging it. And so that's why maintaining these are so important. So tell us a little bit. Let's go to you first. Tell us a little bit about your company. Now, you, in the last 3 years ago, you've been in your shop, right? You went from mobile and working out at home a little bit, right?
I wasn't mobile. I had just a shop.
Just a home shop.
In my
Okay.
garage.
And so you built you moved into a new location. So tell us a little bit about what you guys do, and then how the shop's gone.
Yeah, so McMinnville, Oregon's 35,000 people, small town. I've been detailing in one way, shape, or form, automotive only since 1998. And then I just did it out of my garage, one car a day, and then finally had the opportunity to make a leap into a shop. And I probably wouldn't have done it without talking with Renny and going to the classes and the Mafia members, and making sure that was a smart move. But we have a 2,000 square foot shop. It's a brand new building.
Beautiful shop.
3-car shop. We specialize in general interior, exterior details, ceramic coatings. We are doing window tinting and paint protection film, but our main bread and butter is actually just the average complete detail inside and out with a one-step polish. We don't really dabble into the car dealerships too much, but we're in a country town, so our cars are Subarus and F-150s, minivans. We don't have a lot of high-end performance cars, but I just have 2 staff members. We each do 1 car a day. We try to focus on the quality over the quantity. We're not a production shop. And I would say, in my case, the one thing that sets me apart from other people is I try to run a lifestyle detail shop. So yes, I have to make a living and earn money, but that is not the most important thing. I like to spend time with my wife and enjoy life, because we all know it goes quick.
It does. And you do a great job of that. I won't even call it balance in your case. I think that you're a guy that built a life and sprinkled the business in where it fits right. Most people take and build a business and then try to sprinkle life in. And I think you've done it right. So that's cool. All right, tell us about your business.
So I've probably been detailing cars off and on for about 20 years, and decided to launch my own business, Spot Free Detail, and been at it 5 years now. We are completely mobile. I believe that we bring, the key is to customer service and bringing it to you, instead of the customer bringing it to the shop or having to drop it off, so on and so forth. I've been in the restaurant hospitality industry for over 15 years, so I got a chance to know a lot of people within the community and whatnot.
That's cool.
And that's really what helped my business. When I wasn't in the restaurant, I was detailing on the side. When I decided to finally take the leap, I remember distinctly going in and telling my wife, I said, hey, I'm going to go buy a van and throw some equipment in it, and I'm out.
I had that conversation. I remember that conversation with my wife.
And, it was funny because she wasn't crazy about me jumping in and buying a van and a bunch of equipment. So literally we took a Kia Soul and threw a bunch of equipment in the back of that and went for it and grew. When we started, we jumped on kind of anything smoking, just get our name out there, our brand out there, just like a lot of us. And we got to a point where, because of my restaurant background, I was able to connect with some high-end country clubs.
That's cool. That's cool.
So what we do is we go in with the high-end country clubs. We sit down with the general manager, whoever's running the show, and we work it out with them to where they e-blast the community. They e-blast the community and let them know what day we're going to be there. We have a minimum cars that we can do, and we have a maximum amount of cars that we can do. I want to give a special shout out to Chandler Mathis right now. He's my employee who's currently working, running my van right now,
cool.
running the company, running the van, and he's killing it out there.
That's cool.
So we probably got, our territory is really large. When you're mobile, you tend to think you want to kind of keep it small. But I'll go ahead and say that the demographic kind of where I'm at doesn't really fit where I want to be. So I travel for it. One of our country clubs we go to is 2 hours one way.
Oh God.
But
Man,
the high end side of things is we're maxed out every time we go.
Yeah,
every Friday we go, we're full, which is a blessing. So we do kick back a little bit to the country club as a commission, to help promote us.
Cool.
And it's worked out. It's worked out really well.
So what was any shockers? I mean, last year was just your rookie year, and it's unreal because I'm looking. We got the Oregon crew coming in here right now. Was there anything that just when you came off this project last year, was there anything that you just went, wow, holy smokes, I didn't expect that?
For me, it was working with metal. Even 25 years later, I hadn't even polished the diamond plate toolbox on the truck. Like I just stayed away from it. And then within the first hour or so, as a rookie, you're touching something that's priceless, irreplaceable, with so much history. Working with metal, that was really nerve wracking, and it still is this year. Because again, like I talked about, that metal changes. But I walked away from it feeling like I learned a entire new occupation because it is nothing like
we and just so you guys know, we start them out. The B29 is one of maybe 6 in the entire world left. So the rookies start out on their metal polishing over there. We've got a lot on the 727 we have to do starting next year. And then we slowly progress up to, you can see some people behind us. We're doing the leading edges of Air Force One. We've always wanted to bring, they're a machine finish, but they were not a polish, but it was semi-polished back when it was delivered. We're finally getting to deliver it to that level. And so we're bringing some rookies over that showed promise on the B29. So nobody starts on Air Force One because the aluminum's so sensitive. We got to be so careful with it. So, well, cool. Well, gents, we'll put you back to work. So
Absolutely.
Thanks,
Thank you,
guys. And we're going to have you guys come on in. I'm going to answer a couple questions real quick while you guys are setting up.
Also,
Thanks, guys.
Shout out to my wife and my son. Love
There you
guys.
go. I love it. Okay, so good morning, Gary. We'll see you on Friday. We can't wait. Gary, man, if you haven't seen his he's got some cool equipment. We'll be doing something with him while he's here. Gabriel, thank you. Even across the pond, it's nice to see how much passion you'll have for this. Absolutely. And then cool. It's love seeing that they made a museum out of the Air Force One. Should stay pristine for a long time. Boy, we hope so. It's a work in progress every single year. We get it a tad better, but more so we keep laying protection down. In the Museum of Flight, if you guys haven't been here, let me throw a shout out to them. This is a premier world class, probably one of the top, definitely top 5 in the world for exhibits. The staff here and everything else, because we're on Boeing Field, we're on Boeing Field right now. This is Boeing Field, but we're looking at all these test aircraft taking off, amazing aircraft. Being here, gives them an advantage. It is so worth coming to this museum and checking it out. These aircraft are just, the B-29. We keep talking about that. We keep talking about Air Force One, but serial number 1, 727, 737, and 747 are all here. The very first ones. And we've worked on all those. We're going to touch them this week. We got to be the one B-17F model in existence. There is no more. The very first fighter plane to ever have a gun attached to it, permanently attached to it in the world, is inside the museum. I got to touch that. They don't let its preservation, right? That was the first airplane in the world to have a gun mounted to it. The first fighter plane to ever be built. And it was built in like 1917. I mean, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay. Got a couple new guys, more of our team from Oregon. And so we'll start right here. Introduce yourself and your company.
Adam Garvin from McMinnville, Oregon. With Garvin Auto Spa.
There you go.
Rick Walling from Salem, Oregon, from the Ultimate Auto Detail.
So Rick and I are the exact same age, days apart. How long you been at it?
Almost 35 years.
Dang, just a few. How old are you?
36.
Eek. Yeah.
Set us up on that one, Rick.
There you go.
Yeah. So boy, where do we go from here, Rick? As Steve Harvey always says, old's the goal.
There you
We're
go.
getting closer and closer to that goal, buddy.
I'm hitting my marks.
You're hitting your marks. So okay. So rookie.
Yep.
Okay. You're back for
Second
year.
Yep.
When you first off, we're kind of setting the rookies up. How do you think we're kind of full of shit when we told you that the aluminum was a little hard? That first day looked like it went pretty easy, didn't it?
I think when we were told we were going to get this done in a day, and then we walked in the second day and saw it in the sunlight, and after all the off-gassing, that was definitely some humble pie that everybody ate.
it's a little difficult, more difficult than what a lot of people. And don't feel bad because everybody goes through that. And I'll tell you, we've mentioned it several times, is that this week we got really nice weather. In the past, we've had days like this, and then the next day it rains, and the humidity completely changes the interaction of the metal. And then you come back 2 hours later after it's done raining, and you're doing another section, and that completely changes it. And so you've got different pieces that change and everything else. When you walked in, like every morning you walked in, day 3 today, kind of what's going through your mind?
Besides, make sure you take your Advil.
Advil's your friend. And comfy shoes.
Yesterday, doing the top half of the B29 on both sides was very rewarding. It was nice to be in the lift all day with Tucker and Dan and the camaraderie that we built with that, but just also seeing as the day progressed how much more efficient we got as a team and in our process and cycling, and how that aluminum changed through the temp of the day and the humidity of the day, and how we tackle that as a team. So coming in this morning, you could definitely pick apart, like I could reflect back and see, okay, that was a part of the plan that I thought maybe we used a little bit too much pressure, and today you saw that. Because the polish was a little darker, it didn't quite cycle out and burnish out like you wanted it to, and today that metal doesn't lie. So
no, a lot different than paint.
You talk about putting a light on some paint, put some light on some metal.
Yeah. Well, and some people say, hey, why aren't you guys doing this? Why aren't you guys doing that? You got to remember, this isn't a wheel, and this isn't a diamond plate toolbox. This is a huge expansion of metal that a lot of it was replaced during World War II because of damage it was. So the panels are all different. Not all different, but there's different panels in here. That creates a challenge. You've got a thick aircraft grade aluminum on the side, and then around the back turret where the machine gun is, it's a little thinner, and so that you have to adjust to that. It's a lot of adjusting. So rookie year last year, you come in, we hadn't done it. They're in a little worse shape last year, because we missed a year because of COVID. So you come in, what's the difference from your rookie first day to your second year first day?
Just feeling like I got a little bit under my belt.
Gotcha.
I knew a little bit what to expect.
We're so nervous.
And you learn looking at the rookies that when they're coming in, it's like I'm looking at them like that was me last year,
right.
which was pretty odd last year after doing this for 35 years and come into something like this, and then you're a rookie.
Yeah.
I haven't been a rookie at anything in a long time.
Right.
So it was a little bit of an awakening. I've polished aluminum before, but nowhere near this extent, and it was a whole learning experience. So coming back this year, I see why they put the rookies on the B-29, because by the time you're done with that, you're ready for the Air Force One. And so it's actually been very exciting and rewarding just working on this plane the whole time, and it's almost a whole different experience coming back the second year. And you're able to help people out a little bit more other than asking all the time. You can give back a little bit more. And so far it's been really, really fun and rewarding, and I've really enjoyed working on this plane. It's cool.
Hey, Robin Sweet just said hi to Rick Walling and Adam Garvin.
Hi, Robin.
And Robin's standing right here. Hans, my buddy Hans over in Europe, he said he'd love to be the water boy, and he'll bring Stoofwaffles with him from Europe if we let him be the water boy. That would be a deal, because I like that stuff. Matthew says hello, Adam.
Hello.
And so is that cool or what? Can you tell Shane I said hi? Matthew, yeah, we will. So I don't know where he is, but we'll tell him hi. And so let's where are we gonna go? I had a question I was gonna ask. Patio talks.
Yeah.
Okay, we had our first patio talk on Monday night. What's that like, and what is it? So it kind of explain what you did a lot. We all partook, a lot of us, right?
Yeah. And after a long day here, everybody's you're pretty run down at the end of the day, and so it's nice to go have a meal. And And after that, everybody gathers on the back patio of the hotel, and you just sit around, maybe have an adult beverage or tea, and that is one of the most interesting parts about this, is hearing about other people's stories from across the United States, and learn how they run their business and what they do with their business and the problems they run into. Talking from Jeremy here, who's from Maui, his issues detailing and running our business are completely different than the issues we might have in Oregon. Or talking to Tucker, who was just here, being from Connecticut, I think, or wherever he's from, way over on the other 90 United States. They all have different issues. And I find it very interesting to find and look into the problems that they run into, just from the day-to-day runnings and stuff. It's a really good bonding time. I've made some just unbelievable friends.
That's cool.
During those times, and it's just a nice way to finish off the evening and to finish off the week too. It just gets better as you go along and get to know, and everybody becomes more comfortable with each other.
That's cool.
That's a big part of it.
All walks of life.
Yes,
all over
cool.
We've had people from all over the world partake in this, and it's just, it's unbelievable, It's and I miss some of our friends, and I'll call them out later in the week. Some of our international friends that just, we couldn't make it because of the world situation.
One of the most interesting things, this year was the gentleman who came over from Flex. The guys came from Germany, and so cool having those kind of guys there. They've been out on our patio, chatting with us and stuff. And just to go more on what I said before, it's just meeting all these different people, and those guys are super cool and funny. They're funny as heck, to be around. I really enjoy that.
So patio talks.
Patio talks for me, you're so focused on the technical aspect of your day while you're here at the museum and working on these planes. We go unwind, have dinner, and then we go out on the patio for patio talks, and it's an opportunity for us to pour into one another and refill our cups and be energized and thinking about fresh ideas from an entrepreneur aspect and business sense and personal finance. That I think it really refreshes people, that they wake up in the morning and they're full of energy and ready to go at it again. So I definitely saw some lights go on that first night of the patio talk, and some people doing some critical thinking on what their path is going to be forward when they leave here at the end of the week.
Right, absolutely. And we talked about some big stuff that sometimes we as small business owners, we don't think big. We kind of limit ourselves, and we really opened up to co-ops and joint ventures and all kinds of stuff the other night. That it was the biggest talking we've ever had as a group. It was really cool to see us grow. We've got Matthew says, glad to see some Oregonians at AFO. And then Luis says, Adam Garvin is the Fabio of detailing. And so that's about right. Nicholas adds this. Renny, how is the project now going from 60 to 65 down to 30 people? Any challenges or benefits? What a great experience. 12 people shoulder to shoulder, all moving at the same pace. That team bonding was so important. Nick, man, you nailed it. Here's, naturally 60, 65. The good side of having a big team is you get to meet more people. You get to touch every single plane in here, at least at a minimal level of just cleaning them and making sure we got some preservation product on them. The downside to that is that not everybody was here for the right reasons when you get that big of a team. The benefit to the smaller team is that we get to bond. You get to know people a lot more. And the people that are here get a lot bigger, wider paintbrush of experience. So they're going to work on a lot wider range of things. So I don't think we'll ever, next year's the 20th anniversary, God willing, we're back. I honestly doubt I think what we're going to do different next year. We actually put the invite out, but what we'll do is still have a 30-person team, but we're going to invite team members that have been here several times back for like a team day and put them on the aircraft with us and have them experience that. So, all right, gents. Well, hey, man, It's good talking
Thanks
with
a lot,
you.
Renny.
We got to put you back to work.
Thank you.
Rookie,
All right.
rookie, get back to work. So,
All right.
and we're going to go through. So real quick, while we're resetting, you guys come in. Thanks, guys, again. Corey, what's the challenges after so many years of preserving the same planes? Example, less cutting, different products used. Corey, great question. The challenge really, it's less challenging. The challenge is to never go too much. Is we always want to take and leave as much paint in place. I believe that is with in auto side of things, whether you're detailing an F-150 for the first time or you're detailing that same F-150 for the 6th or 10th time, is that preservation of clear coat materials is so important. And you don't want to take and remove all that material from there. So one of the things that we really work on is being as gentle as possible. That's really the most important thing. All right. Ladies first.
Oh boy. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Good to see you.
Good. Introduce yourself.
I'm Robin Sweet from the Detail Lab in Chatham, New York, also with Auto Geek.
Okay. And why do you call it the Detail Lab?
For the dog, who is my boy,
Yep.
and he's a black lab, so he is the Detail Lab.
Yep.
He's my sidekick.
Is that cool or what?
Yes.
Isn't it? All right. Introduce yourself.
Aaron Cottrell, Aaron's Auto Detailing, Aaron's Mobile Detailing, Cape May County, New Jersey.
There you go. And we're going to speak really loud, guys, because we got all of these noises behind us. So we want to raise our voices up. So, rookie year. Rookie year.
Team 4.
Yeah,
Team
team
four.
four. And so,
I was on team 4.
Yeah.
were you really?
Best one.
Best team?
Absolutely.
You know, I'll tell you, my daughter, our oldest daughter, U.S. Marine, the Marine sent her to this project 3 times, paid for it, PTAB, a whole bit. She did her senior year project here. The last time she was here, she's hardcore. She is really intense. And her team actually, remember the movie Rudy? Did you ever see Rudy where they carried him off the football field?
Yeah.
I think her team, I can't remember what team she was, but I'm pretty sure they carried her out of the stadium, so to say.
Yeah.
You know, they really loved her, and she could be a little ornery, you know, but it's cool that we broke it in. So rookies, what's your take? What are you thinking?
It's a learning curve. It's pretty good. You know,
How's that aluminum B29?
it's getting there.
How'd that
It's
go?
fun.
How'd that go?
Yeah.
So that first day, you're sitting there going, man, we got this. These guys are sipping lattes. They got their coffee out. They're going, ha, ha, ha. They've never had me before.
Yeah.
What happened the next morning?
Shocker.
Had to go over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, did we have the lights off? or
Yeah.
what happened?
And it's, you know, the pressure, and we do that every year. It's an adjustment period, right? It's an adjustment period. And so when you got the call, when you got the invite, what'd you think?
I was super honored. It was a good feeling, and I said yes. You know,
Right away.
right away.
Right
I had-
away.
My first thought was, how am I going to make this happen?
Yeah.
I've
Right.
got a lot going on.
You've been?
I've been on the road a little
Yeah.
bit.
We just saw you like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
in Northern California at BNS's headquarters. So here's how we qualify. This is important. Somebody asked us just a little while ago, is how do we take and select the team? Everybody comes from within our pool. You guys have both gone to 5-day training. Everybody comes out of our training program. Everybody's vetted that way. And then it comes down to this. We used to take and pick, like, you know, the all-star, the biggest, baddest, most capable detailers in the world, right? That comes with one little problem. It comes with ego. And so we look for people that are biggest and baddest detailers with a big heart. They're vastly, they're deeply invested in our group. They're helping other people within our group. They are ambassadors to the industry. They represent the industry with class and dignity. And we've gone away from the ego people. We've gone away with people with, I hate to say it, the skill sets are pretty, that's the easy part. The personality and people that are going to go do something with this opportunity is really what we're looking for.
And work well together.
Yeah.
Not just
Absolutely.
our team of small, you know, we have 4 on our team. It's this whole thing is a team, and bringing those parts and pieces together has to merge really well.
Absolutely.
And so I'm assuming you guys must really like take that into consideration.
We do.
Personalities.
You know, can you imagine taking a list of like 200 people and going, we got to choose 30?
Yeah.
You know, oh, and by the way, minus Chris out of that, minus me out of that. Now we got 28. Minus Doug out of that. That's running it. Minus Bobby. Now we got 26. It's not easy.
And the amount
to
of
do.
time that we spend together. This is
A lot.
all day.
Yes.
Roommates. You're roommating with somebody you haven't
Yep.
really even met, maybe.
Yep.
And you're spending an entire week, every meal, every moment. You talked about the patio talks earlier. Man, you're tired.
You're tired.
I'm beat.
You're
but,
tired. We got another patio talk
I know,
tonight,
thanks.
but it's short. We're gonna keep that one short.
I still come I'm still
Yeah.
unshowered and ready for bed, but you got to take advantage. So
I went to bed last night. We got done with dinner. Was that a good dinner or
Yeah,
what?
that was
we
a
don't
good dinner.
we don't miss any meals.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Uber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uber detail, right?
Yep.
And so we it was pretty intense. So what? Tell me about when you go home. What do you think the reaction is going to be?
It's going to be exciting. Everybody is rooting for me. They're all texting me and congratulating me, and it's an awesome experience.
Well, with that, I'm gonna pay you guys tribute. You guys are rookies. You've got such how do we go about the truth? Both of you qualify for this. You guys are such warm. You're a big dude.
I am a big dude.
But
Thank you.
you're a warm, loving person, and you're so appreciative. And you know why your name kept coming up? It was no doubt is because you're so appreciative and you're so warm and you care for people. The same exact thing is that you're so warm and you're just both of you are just so you're so excited into opportunity, and we love that. Is that you're good people, and it was like, man, those are just no brainers. No brainers of inviting you. So for a second, our girls, are they badass or what?
They're very badass.
They're badass.
Yes, I'm learning a lot.
They're badass, and it's a boy's world. It's a man's
Sometimes.
world that we in the detail industry. But I tell the guys, the women bring such a special trait and quality set to us that they've been such an impact on taking. They don't have the testosterone going, and they don't have the roostering and all the bullshit that goes along with the egos and everything else. And it's so cool to see. So when you go home, what's your friend saying? What's your parents saying? I want to hear this.
I have no idea.
Really?
Yeah, they share all my posts.
Really?
So Dad just wants to know what's going on here.
Really?
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
He's got to be proud.
And everybody else is just like, so you're gonna start polishing aluminum? No.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
done
10-4 Roger Dodger. I don't know
No.
if you guys picked that up, but it ain't gonna
No,
happen.
I'm good.
Yeah. It's funny because I made my career so much. We started. That's what got us this. It was in 2002. I was doing a lot of corporate jets, and all the leading edges and everything else, and we made a name for ourselves. And but this is a whole different level of metal polishing from that. You're doing the leading edges, which you guys are going to be working on this plane, here shortly.
Yes.
It's a whole different story than doing an entire plane. We're talking about Airbus or Airstream trailers. Somebody asked us to compare how much, how hard is it compared? Well, each engine's an Airstream trailer on the B-29, each one of them. And there's 4 of them.
Yeah.
And that's not including the wings or the fuselage, so it's a lot of work. So, guys, hey, thanks a lot. Welcome to the team. Glad you guys can make it.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys, and we'll see you in a bit. All right, let's answer some questions. Very inspiring. Glad to see Robin there is awesome. Romero, H.E. Prax is great to see you all working hard. Mike, thank you so much. Hans, what's the thickness of the painted planes? We've got, I'm going to give you, there's actually Air Force One. Check this out. We're going to go into mils. And so we're going to talk mils for a second versus microns, and you'll have to do it. So we started out, believe it or not, at about 6.4 on Air Force One as the average. And we haven't broke down below in almost 20 years. We're still at about 6.1, 6.2 on average. So we've done very, very little. Rick Walling says, tell Robin and Aaron. Rick Walling says, hi. He just left. He's being a smartass. So here we go. Next one real quick. We're going to get to our other one real quick. I'm going to answer another question real quick that we got. I wanted to make sure I got it. And so we got a couple more Can I join the team? People ask that. There's one way we vetted. I just mentioned it a minute ago. Is that we bring everybody through our 5-day program. Every single person. And Chris, we got your hands in there, just so you know. Yep. Yep.
Fine.
So they do. Somebody said that. Wow, whoever has those hands, those are really soft, manly hands. You know, they just said that. Guys, introduce yourself.
Me first. Dan Smith, Hatley, Wisconsin. Dan's Auto Detailing.
Oscar Hernandez, 805 Detail Shop, Ventura, California.
Rookies. What'd you think when you got the call?
I was excited. I had gotten it before, obviously, but COVID's happened.
Right.
But, yeah. So then last year I did McCall's, so I didn't come here.
Yep.
But definitely honored, man. As a veteran and working on these planes, it hits different.
U.S. Marine.
Yeah.
That's what'd you think when you first walked? I mean, you knew you were coming up here. You knew it was there, but when you saw it,
actually, we were one of the first vehicles here as walking in. We were like the third one in here, and it was just. I said you can't explain it. It's just you just get a feeling inside. It's just breathtaking. You can't really explain the feeling that you go through, but you just had a moment. I had a moment where I'm just like I'm here, and then just being in the detailing industry for as long as I have in the short time, and then to be able to accomplish something like this, to me, that's what really hit me. It's like, the hard work, the mentoring, listening to the right people, following the right people, always is the big thing. And here I am, getting to work on this thing today just hits different for me.
It does. It does. What do you think? Don't have COVID.
I wouldn't care.
I don't either. I just had it, so my 2 weeks ago. So you're safe.
So what did I think when I walked in here?
Yeah.
I don't think I told you this story yet, but back in 2015, my wife and I were out here for her cousin's wedding, and this is one of the stops we made.
Oh, no way, really?
You guys were detailing Air Force One that day.
You're kidding me.
Serious. And I'm just sitting there in awe. I'm like, this is absolutely amazing. These guys are working on Air Force One. And I just sat there just staring, just admiring you guys. How do you do that? How does this happen? And now
that's cool. I did not know that story.
True story.
That is so cool. We had 3 detailers show up. They knew they watched all the press release. In the past, we've had detailers show up. This is how the industry, credit to the industry, show up and kind of be chumps. These guys showed up and they came in and they're walking around, and I saw them watching all of you guys, right? And then they saw me, they walked over towards me, they introduced themselves, and they go, we just had to stop by and say thank you. These guys are representing the industry at the highest. They said, how you guys are doing this is beyond. They're overlooking at key setup, is that,
rookies did that.
Sergeant Major, Sergeant Major designing it, laying it all out. But they said, this is amazing to see. And so, you're real involved in the industry. I mean, you're on the board for the Mafia.
Board for the IDA.
IDA. I've got a funky call coming in. You've got so you're neck deep involved. You're involved in the chamber back home. So you're not a bystander. You jump into things. What is this kind of project? When you see these things going on in the industry, what's this doing for the industry?
Honestly, and I'll go back to the first time I went with the Detail Mafia to SEMA with Chris Williams. And we're sitting in the front, and I'm looking at the board members one day, and I looked at Chris, and I was like, we need to be there, and that's what we do. And coming in here to see how organized this is, how Doug's running it, and Bobby and yourself, it's very unique. I understand it because it's very organized, military style, everything's in sync, so I like it. But as far as what it does for the industry, I really feel that, honestly, for one, the camaraderie, you can't beat it. I'm up there working next to Sydney, Jerome.
Yeah.
Rick.
Jerome cool or what?
Yeah, and it's just like the camaraderie that we build is what we need in the industry. We need to be like this and come together for projects and do things, because I would have never been shoulder to shoulder next to them. I think I spent, more than 24 hours next to these guys working already combined in these last 3 days, shoulder to shoulder.
Right.
So I feel that this project here brings the detailers together, and we get to know each other better.
Absolutely.
And we understand each other better. We understand our work ethics. We learn. We're constantly networking. I've already picked up like 10 gold nuggets from just being here the last 2 days.
Oh,
You
no
know, from
lie.
other detailers. So just like, what are you doing in this thing? What works over there? What works over here? And I have people come and ask me, hey, dude, we got to change my chamber. How do I do it? And I'm like, hey, like, I'll just send you what we're doing at my chamber and
Go do it.
Go present it to your chamber and take action. Just take it and run with it. So I feel that this, even though I'm not at home, I'm not working in my shop, but working side by side to these, detailers, really just brings the industry together, and that's what we need. It brings the industry together.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Same question. What do you think it does for the industry? So you took note of it. You're walking through here. We're working on it by chance. You don't know us. What's been the reaction to people that you told that you're here this week? What have they said?
Censored answer or honest answer?
No, honest. I don't care.
Honestly, pretty much the first reaction I got, and this is no exaggeration, holy shit. Just
holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, people are pretty much amazing at that. You can do something as you have access to say, I say not everybody has access to something like this, but you're part of this group, you're part of this team.
Right.
And that's the one thing I noticed walking into here, like, the first day, like I say, everybody's getting their feet wet, but I mean, this is like a family here right now. I mean, this is a pretty tight team. It's impressive. This is nice. This is nice.
You guys got a lot closer on Tuesday.
Oh yeah,
morning on B29.
Yeah. That's not even the right words.
No.
Is guys, the aluminum, it shocks everybody on the techniques you got to use to get the results we're looking for, while not everybody always asks, man, could you do better on these airplanes? Yeah, we could get them better, but we probably only touch them 2 or 3 more times, and we could never touch them again. So we're real gentle, and we get amazing results with the idea that we're going to preserve these airplanes for generations to come.
Yes.
And so it's pretty cool I'll tell you, to have you guys here, and again, the selection process, there's people we want to bring 100 people, but we can't, we just can't. But the other good news is that when you have this small group and they all want to be here, it's not only more meaningful for the quality of the work being done on the aircraft, it's also more meaningful for the quality of communication and friendship that's being built up between the team. Would you agree?
Oh God, yeah.
It's pretty special.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the smaller teams, just working with our team, Chris Lee's leading, he's our team leader. And he's got, like I said, Sydney, Rick, Jerome, and myself. Just the communication right there, and like what we're building and the bond that we have. We're starting to know each other, read each other a little bit better and understand, but it just, again, I'll always bring it back to the, like you said, family and the camaraderie.
Yes.
It's like none other out here.
That's cool.
And it's like, you come out here, I can walk up, I see Yasir over there walking on. I work with him, a few times over the phone, texting, always communicating. Never met him, but then when I come here, he's just like open arms, like, hey, what's up, man? Finally to meet you, it's great to see you in person, and I feel welcome here. Even coming into this project as a rookie, it's very welcoming. It's intimidating because you're throwing us on this back here, but it's very intimidating. But it's also very rewarding at the end.
And again, somebody just asked us a second ago, what's the value of these things? Well, all of them, I have no idea. Everything we're working on, it's just hundreds of millions of dollars. But this one right now, our insurance company put the value at $300 million plus. That's how it was. We have to have a special underwriter for this on this plane. The whole project, but they're really not concerned with anything but that. And like I said, it was value was 17 million, and the cost for this week to insure that 300 million was $17,000. And so if people are putting on projects, you've got to be prepared for that. Is that people see all the shiny stuff, but they don't see the backside of it. And the amount of work that it takes to get it going.
Yeah, even dealing with the drag vehicles, that gets when they've got to be insured through them for me to even put a polisher on.
Right.
Yeah, so it's just there's a lot of administrative and logistics planning.
Oh man,
before we can get out here, and I've stood back and I've watched, what Keith does, what Doug does, and Bobby, and it shows all that hard work. Even Chris Woolman, I mean, I see all of his work play out here. Yep. All the hard work that he did moving up here from, the certificates, the letters, and all, it all has a play. And,
it started months ago, and he's progressively had to work his ass off I mean,
And
it
he's
got
still
busier
working
and
right now
busier,
over here.
busier,
Yeah,
busier.
he's still working right
He's sitting
now.
there, he's taking calls, you know.
Taking
He's sitting there,
photos.
he's doing this. He's looking through the lens of the camera and looking at his phone at the same time. He's like one of those lizards, you know. He's got one eye here, one eye here. He's doing multiple things at one time, you know. And so, well, guys, thanks for coming in.
Thanks.
We sure appreciate
Thank
it,
you.
man.
Thank
Welcome.
you.
It's awesome to have
I
you.
gotta get a picture with you guys.
You got
Hold on
it.
one second. Right there. Thank you.
There you go.
Hey, thanks,
All right, guys. We'll see you later. Hey, hold on. Let's go. Ryan De Silva says, "Let's go, Oscar."
Got him, Ryan.
There you
Thanks
go.
a lot, brother.
All right. So while you guys are coming in here, I'm gonna answer another question. Come on in and sit down. How did you get this project? That's a great question. Is we had a good customer, somebody that we worked on a lot of aircraft, cars. We had another company. My wife and I have owned companies, other businesses and other industries. He was a customer of another business we owned, and a guy named Joe Clark, very, very dear to us. Aviation Partners, go look him up. Unfortunately, a couple years ago, we lost Joe. And 3 years ago, I think it was 3 years ago, we lost Joe. He passed away suddenly. But Joe was a good customer. He sat on the board of directors for the museum here on Boeing Field. He was tied in business-wise with Boeing. He was influential on bringing us up here. I'd done a lot of bright work polishing for him in the past on his corporate stuff and some of his collector airplanes. And in 2002, we came up. We were told that we would never be able to get this aluminum polished out to a point where that was acceptable for a museum. They're going to go ahead and paint it. Matter of fact, they're going to paint it the same color as the B-47 bomber that's right over here. They're going to cover the aluminum up because it was too far deteriorated. On that test piece, we blew them away. They're still betting that we couldn't get it all looking like that. The results are behind us. This isn't what we're working on now. The foundation of that was laid down in the first 3 years we did it. It was hard work. We started out with 7 of us working on it. You can imagine you guys working, 7 of us, for 14 days. We were T-Rexes for about one of our guys. We took a week off after 2 weeks, and I was literally going to get my coffee and was doing this. Do I have it? And then I'd bring it up and sip it that way. My arms, I couldn't move my arms. So that's how we got it. It was all through relationships and connections. That is what makes the business world move, and I still believe in that. And so with that being said, we've got a rookie with us and not a rookie with us, somebody that's very experienced, and we're going to have them taking age before beauty. We'll have, in which they're both young, but we'll have you guys introduce yourself.
Yep.
You got to. Actually, you're fine. You're good.
I'm good?
We got plenty. Yep. Never mind. I just want to be close to you. Who are you? You're dreamy.
Yeah. My name's Josh Buckler. I'm from
You got to speak real loud because
Yeah.
we got all this going on.
My name's Josh Buckler. I'm from Annapolis, Maryland. I own Shine Right Detailing. This is my 3rd year on the project. Done a lot of work on the B-29 especially. It's been pretty cool to be a part of all this, obviously, and I'm sure we'll talk about that here shortly.
There you go. Absolutely. Young man, introduce yourself.
So I'm Eric Rutledge. I'm from Sheboygan, Wisconsin, and I own Motorhead Auto Detailing. And it was pretty cool I've obviously known about the project for a while, but to get a text from Chris that said, "Hey, you got a really cool email," and then get an email from you inviting me.
Yeah. What'd you think?
It was very fun to get the email and then just kind of see everything build up and to finally be here.
So did you? I got to ask you a question. I've never asked this before. So did you? There's two options on this. A, when you got the invite, did you cry or get a boner? Or both?
It's both.
I remember when I got the call that we got the project the first year. I put it out there. It took us 6 months to get approval from the Air Force. Then it took a couple more months to get approval for DOD. And then it took us a couple more months to get Boeing signed off on it. The museum was all in. And then we had to go through, at that time, it was about a $250,000 project that we're charging them. And so we had to go through finance, and I really didn't think it was going to go through.
Yeah.
I thought there for a while, I was like, man, we lost it. And then I remember getting the call in April of 2003 saying, "Hey, we're ready to schedule. When can you do it?" And I was like, "You're shitting me."
It's overwhelming.
How'd you find the people to bring together?
We did. It was all my staff. It was all my detailers and then 3 volunteers. Evan, you guys,
Yeah.
Evan was helping us run lifts, and I got to know Evan real quickly. And I was like, dude, if you want this thing done on time, here's how you use a polisher. And literally, we had one of our staff members had a cousin, or something like that lived here. I just said, hey, is there any way we can hire on your cousin? I'm going to show them how to clean stuff before we go. So we're literally bringing people in. There was 4 staff members, my staff, and then 3 volunteers, and we had a couple other people that we're literally we're going down to Home Depot parking lot and come here, you want to work? No. But there were 7 of us, and we did it. The second time we brought our crew in from our office crew from Texas, because I had an office there, and we brought I think 3 in from Texas. So I think we went up to 10 that second time. So it was pretty cool.
Did you do it this time of year?
We did it in June, and so it was actually hotter. It was horrible, and this plane was sitting out where the Constellation is out front, on an angle in front of and no shade, and it was hot, and I got skin cancer, I'm sure, from that 2 weeks, because all that aluminum, coming back on it was a really, really hot. And so so not your first rodeo. You've been here before. What's this project done for you and your business?
It really just kind of separates me from the other people who maybe aren't as devoted to their trade or their craft, their skill. And obviously it's good PR. And I think more importantly is what it did for me, to have pride and passion in something. And I've never been like a history buff or anything like that. I guess I did decent in school in history, but I didn't really care. That was just for a grade. But coming out here and getting to see like some of the planes like that we get to actually work on. I still, 3rd year here, I still walk around and look at all the placards. I'm on my phone. Like some of these jets have lieutenants and captains' names on them, that actually piloted the aircraft, and I'm like looking up who they are and seeing all their accomplishments, and I'm like, man, if I could accomplish like 2 of the things out of the 20 that these guys have done,
pretty good.
Yeah, and so the history behind everything is important to me. And
well, you're a patriot. You're a firefighter. Back home. You're self-employed. And so I think that the EMS, police, military side of things, I think it amplifies it a little bit too. I think most of us that are in those arenas are team players. So we dig the team environment, right?
Yeah.
And you've been a big part of this. You're talented. You're a talented technician, talented business owner. So it's been cool to have you on that side of it too.
Yeah.
Now you, out of all the members, had the most unique wedding proposal that I've ever seen. You got to explain it real quick because I just set it up. How did you propose to your lovely?
Yeah, so I hired a flash mob to, I guess, surprise her. She was so surprised because she said she thought I was going to do it at least 10 times before that. So when we actually got downtown in Annapolis on what they call Ego Alley, she was like, this can't be for me. And then when I jumped in and started dancing with the flash mob, and she still didn't think it was for her because I was so bad that she thought I was just like trying to like imitate them. So yeah,
I had never heard that before.
Yeah, I think of course she blacked out. Apparently that's a thing. I didn't know that. But she was like, what did you say to me? And I was like, I blacked out too. I don't remember anything after they grabbed me and pulled me into the flash mob. Yeah. So downtown Annapolis, flash mob. I hired a mariachi band for her birthday to surprise her at her weekend job. And I knew that I had to do something better than that.
Well, you did it. That was you set the bar so high that I'm glad I've been married as long as I've had. You're screwed, dude.
Yeah.
Because if anybody sees what he did,
I never even thought about something like that.
Oh, it was yeah. Diane, I thought of something like that. I just didn't do it.
Smart.
Yeah, he made the rest of us look bad, you know. All right, so introduce yourself.
I did introduce myself.
No, your company and everything else.
Okay.
So worry about
like yeah, I'm Eric.
Who you
We
are.
covered this.
Okay. Yeah.
So
never mind. Let's just continue talking, shall we?
I'm gonna go back to work.
Oh God, your company, what you do, you know, where you're out of, you know.
So
sorry, I wasn't really clear.
No, not to be clear.
Yeah.
Lower listed here.
Yeah, lower listed. You know, E5, right?
E4.
E4. Okay, that explains a lot. Never mind.
I'm the fake. I'm the corporal.
There you go. That's right. That's
Yeah,
right. Okay, corporal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Stame is a specialist, but you got stripes.
Yeah.
Baby stripes.
Fake stripes.
Yeah. You just got two.
Two.
You
Doesn't
know?
mean
That's
much.
it. That's it. There you go.
Yeah. So
Oh boy.
When I started detailing, I detailed at a used car lot, and I was I was taught a very old school way, hand waxing cars and using extractors, and it was awful. It was awful. And then I took a little break and did military things and firefighting things, kind of both of what you guys are doing, and then got back into detailing, and that's when I heard about you, and I heard about the Air Force One and everything, and I was like, that guy seems kind of cool if he's doing the Air Force One plane, right? And then, ever since that, I started my business almost 3 years ago now, and it's just been learning about the whole industry. I didn't even know there was a detailing industry 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So that's been pretty cool to see and learn, and I'm just soaking it all in. That's all I'm here doing.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So back home, what do you got a niche you specialize in, or you?
I do a lot of paint corrections and coatings.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah. That's mostly what I do. Yeah, I got a shop in December, so I was mobile.
2,000 3,000 square foot shop. We had this talk while we're getting our coffee this morning, and you dropped some bombs on some guys. That's cool, you know. And so now your side gig though is that you serve.
Yes, in the Army Guard.
Yep.
As a medic. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
How long you been in?
I've been in just over 4 years now.
Cool.
Yeah.
Have you touched this flag yet?
I have not.
You haven't. That's cool. It's we got our flag. Go back and watch the beginning, and we'll talk about what the flag means. You got the flag yet? Okay, cool. So your impression the first time you got here, if you could sum it up in 4 or 5 words of when you saw Air Force One and you're touching it, what'd you think?
I'm finally here.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, because it was probably 8 years prior, I guess, that I was I came across your book because there wasn't YouTube or anything like that to learn detailing yet. So, and I see this guy standing on the wing of Air Force One with his arms crossed like a badass, and I was like, I hope we get to go on the wing so I can take that badass picture, have one for myself. But yeah, it was wow. I mean, never been outside of even the 787. I mean, seeing that thing up close is just
cool.
Unreal. And obviously, I mean, just talk about prestige is right behind us. I see this being so close to Andrews. I see
the 7
the current in service aircraft for the president, vice president. But so it's always, and it's pretty notable, obviously, when it flies over. It's so low and it flies over top. But being right next to it, and then you can go in and tour this thing. I mean, that obviously is not
the history.
Yeah, but you were saying something I didn't know the other day about the casket marks on the side of the plane. Yep. That from
Kennedy.
Kennedy, right? Yeah. So just here we are. And,
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. What'd you think when you saw it? Did it kind of take your breath away a little bit?
Yeah, it was kind of it was quiet. Everybody came in very quiet, which was very nice, and it was kind of just an overwhelming silence of just seeing everything, because I've never been here, and
pretty impressive.
It was very impressive, yeah, and just trying to looking around and thinking about all the things that each of these have done.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. All right, so we're going to answer a few more questions. Before I do, though, is that I'm going to present this flag to a young NCO coming from an old chief, and so take it, and what I want you to do is carry it around for a little bit and then present it to somebody else, The flag, we present this to somebody at the end, and each one of the team members carries it at least once. And so I've had it now for a little over an hour, keep it for about an hour, and present it to somebody. So there you go. All right,
Thank you.
guys, this is awesome.
Appreciate it. Thanks, sir.
Thanks for all the hard work. Welcome to the team, and welcome back to the team. So I'm going to answer. You guys are going to come in and have a seat, and I'm going to answer a couple questions. This is cool. Ryan Joseph De Silva, watching Eric's growth over the last 6 months has been nothing short of amazing.
Oh, that's cool.
Is that cool or what? Awesome. Bob Phillips, what's up, Renny? Well, check it out. This is what's up next. City's coming up. Joab's coming up. Damon says, great content. Renny, keep it up. If you're ever back in Sun Valley, keep in touch. I'll get my info to you. Damon, we're going to be back this summer, fall at some point, and so we'd love to see you. So David Stein out of New York says, Wisconsin in the house. All right, guys. Ladies first. Ladies first. Introduce yourself.
I'm Sydney Bray-Gwynn from Boise, Idaho. You want me to tell them about my business right now, or
No,
just
just yourself.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm Sydney.
Rookie, one of our power.
Totally a rookie.
One of our power women in a rookie year at Air Force One. Joab,
5 year time that I've been out here.
Right, 5 year veteran, served in the Navy.
Served in the Navy.
Yep. Is that cool or what, man?
I love it, man.
It's it never gets boring, does it?
No, it's always amazing, man.
And you are doing something really cool. So to explain what you're doing on the what Joab got to lead the charge on with Matt from Dynabraid, kind of you guys day one started figuring out what you're doing. I've been wanting to do it for 19 years, and you guys, I'm a little jealous.
And we're doing it, and we're getting, we got a lot done in a short period of time.
Right. So explain what you're doing on the leading edge.
Well, the leading edge, I guess it hasn't been touched ever in the 19 years, at least on the port side here.
No.
Last year the starboard side got done, but we hit it with the flexes and the wool pads. And this year, Matt from Dynabraid brought out some tools, and what do you call those? They're like
it's like a disc.
It's like a
disc grind, not a grinder, a disc abrasion system where it's coming through and it's gently abrasing the system, so we can come back and get a nice finish to it, but not take it down too far.
Right. So we started with about 250 to 350 grit.
Yep.
And then we finished it off with he said it's like between 400 and 600 grit, and now we're polishing it with Metal Bright from P&S.
And it's a machine finish, and so it's really cool looking. But it actually came out of the factory like this, but it just never ever got done again. The Air Force didn't touch it up, and I've been wanting to do it forever, and we never had the time,
Yeah.
And so
now you can see the actual pigtails in the metal from when it was originally
sanded back in 58, 59, something
Mm-hmm.
like that. You think about that. Some craftsman got in there 58 and 59 and was trying to straighten out the metal a little bit. They don't have the mechanical, they didn't have the mechanical polishing that we have now. And so that stuff was all left in there. And you guys are seeing that piece of history, so that's pretty cool. So you come into it, Monday you walk in, you've heard about this, for a while, right?
Yeah.
Last year you just had a little bit of an injury and you couldn't partake.
Yeah.
You're back. So you walk in here Monday, a little quieter, in the morning, didn't have all the tool stuff. What are you thinking?
Yeah, it's just unbelievable. Like, I don't even think you could prepare somebody for it.
No.
Just super humbling. And you feel all the history like all at one time.
And there's so much in here, right? They're just,
and that's for me, that's like the best
energy.
part when you walk in here and you just remember, every year you remember like just the history of this plane, the B-29, the B-17. It's
Concorde jet. We got a Concorde jet. If you look real closely, you can see the tail sticking over the top of right where the D and the S in the United States is you'll see a tail sitting there, and that's the Concorde. So you've come back all these years. You've watched the project really evolved. Bob Phillips played a big part in this. Dave and Bob, Keith, all played a big part in kind of pushing us to the next level. It's been fun to watch it change and evolve, hasn't it?
The restoration every year just keeps getting better and better. Just in the 5 years that I've been here, just coming back every single year and just seeing
everything just get a little bit more tightened up, look a little bit better.
And we're not removing any surface. We're doing a very, very minimal amount now. It's more about preservation as anything. A lot of people don't understand, this paint, if you let the single stage die out, it's going to be like a cancer. So we clean it up. Like this year, we didn't have to. Last year there was no chalk at all. This year's a little chalk, which means next year we're going to have to lightly take it and polish out the paint again. But the aluminum, all we're doing is just bringing more and more definition to it. The B29 slowly starting to take in and get more definition. So you are part of a finishing crew. Explain what that means.
Well, the finishing crew pretty much we spend almost 100% of our time on the Air Force One, and we're just finessing all the aluminum and just bringing it back out and not restoring it, but preserving it again and bringing a nice shine. And then we also train the other guys to come up and become finishers as well.
That's it. And this year we've done more of that. Credit to the rookies and the second year people. Is we're moving them, we're progressing them a lot faster than we used to.
Absolutely.
And it's because you guys have gotten so, the whole team's gotten good. Doug and Bobby are getting better at leadership. I'm getting better at getting out of the way and letting you guys as professionals run it. The aluminum was pretty easy on Monday. You guys were just smoking through it.
Yeah,
fast.
it seemed easy. Yeah, it was like no big deal. Yeah.
Tuesday, what happened? Yeah.
You're like
everybody. I do the same thing.
It happens every year.
Every year, you come through it, and we're all like, "Hey, man, this is easy. It's gonna." And then the next morning, everything gasses out. And you're like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
And so then the finishing crew comes in, works with you guys. You guys did a really good job of getting it to the next level quickly. So now what we're going to do for the first time, this is how good the rookies are and the second year guys, is we're going to put you guys out as a fishing crew on B29. That's never been done before. So it's testimony to how the projects come along, and we've really learned. So let's explain this. Let's go back. We'll start with you this time. So explain your company back in Idaho.
So I run a boutique style detail shop out of my home garage. So I've been up there for 10 years now, just about, and kind of a 1.5 woman show. My daughter works for me during the summer, and I have
Mini-me?
Yeah, definitely mini-me. And I have an excellent customer base. It's a cool business. Yeah,
you keep out of the dental industry.
Yep.
You know how I can tell that? I've been up here interviewing all these guys. You've got the most beautiful teeth out of anybody I've interviewed this morning. Right? Yeah. It's like, wow, Dan, she did come out of the dental industry. Sorry.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
But it's pretty, and you really, you work out of your home. It's legit.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is that you went through all of the proper channels to get approval to do that.
Yep.
Plus, it's legit that it looks cool.
Yeah. I have
it-
everything a big shop does.
Yeah.
It's just super organized and super small. But I have everything.
super badass.
Yeah. Works out really good.
Your commute is even quicker than mine.
Yeah. Well, not really, because I have to make a coffee stop on the way to work.
Oh, that's true.
So,
yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
I
so it's
don't.
about 14.5 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
round trip.
Round trip.
Yeah.
I say I don't have that. I make my coffee right there.
Yeah,
you know.
I don't.
Yeah, we know that. We know that.
Okay.
Is when you walk into Sydney's coffee shop, and people go in, and then you go, I'll just take the Sydney.
Yeah.
They know exactly what you're talking about, and they make it right there to Sydney's exact specifications.
Yep.
I mean, Juan Valdez himself, I heard, delivers the beans for your coffee.
Huh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they got Juan Valdez. Now, you guys might be too young. Do you know who Juan Valdez is?
No idea.
You know Juan So back in the 70s, there was a commercial that showed
Colombian guy?
Yeah, a Colombian guy with his own donkey.
It sounds like a
Oh,
Colombian guy.
With his own donkey, and he was loading the beans into the donkey's carrier. And so Juan Valdez actually processes your beans personally.
That's funny.
That's personally.
Funny. Yeah.
So explain your business back home.
Me, I started in 2006, Platinum Plus Detailing. I'm based out of Costa Mesa in Southern California, and I'm just a regular auto spot. We provide, paint corrections, ceramic coatings, window tint, PPF, in-house, and then we offer a a lot of other services like paint calipers, powder coatings, and stuff like that. And have a great reputation, and California's got a great car scene, so I stay pretty busy. You know,
We get to see in Big Bear where we live. Your family's got a
place up in there, and we go up there a few times a year. And
it's pretty awesome to get to hang with you and see you and
catch a workout every once in a while.
Get to work out. Now you got to come up. We got the gym right in the shop.
I remember I did your Peloton.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did it. I think you set me up for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I wanted to die after 10.
Oh yeah, no.
But I'm like, I can't stop because everybody's gonna.
Yeah, that's exactly it. No, that thing.
Oh,
Especially,
man.
Do you remember what instructor you used? Was it?
I don't remember, man. But being up in Big Bear at elevation, after 10 minutes, I was like, damn, I wanted to quit.
It's no joke. So, well, hey guys, it's awesome to have you, and it's such a great. The patio talks, dinner last night, Uber detailed, all the meals are just phenomenal. Hey, speaking of, can we send somebody to go get donuts? Real quick. No, because they pre-prepped them for us. We got to go get them, even if we want to take them back to the hotel. Let's go see if maybe whoever's got driving privileges. Would you mind? Sorry guys, we're gonna take a little break real quick. Just have them go grab them real quick. Would that be cool? You don't have to do it.
What's the name of the place?
King Donuts. Yep, King Donuts. About a 10-minute drive from here. Sorry, we got to get Chubby Donuts. Well, guys, thanks for coming in. Oh, I got to share this. Two things. We've got Sydney, as they say, that Mama Beadmaker is in the house. Okay, and so that was Hans. Hans is a cool dude.
Yeah,
he's a cool dude.
I love me some bead maker.
That's it. And then Sydney, now you feel during McCall, you were shocked when you heard about the paint price.
About the Bugatti.
Yeah, right.
Remember that?
Yep,
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm totally biased, but I can. I'm such an Amigo fan of Joab. Nobody can dance with Gordon like Joab. Sydney's just a plain rock star, ain't she? So, guys, thank you. But this guy, most photographic picture ever on Air Force One. So, veteran, we took a picture of him. I'll show him your tattoo. Look at that. We took that picture of him saluting the flag. And I wanted to cry every time. I still have that on my computer.
I did cry.
Oh man, Ryan, I did too.
Yeah.
I got to do it with my daughter Ryan.
Oh.
And her being a Marine, and
I remember that.
Yeah, that was like, wow, man, look at that. That's something fast. That's what was. I don't know if I told you, but Bob gave me his American Express card. We chartered a jet for you to go home in.
Awesome.
So yeah,
Thanks, Bob.
Yeah, don't tell Bob I said that though. So Sydney is awesome. Yeah.
Thanks.
So thanks, guys. Yep. All right. So
Thanks,
we're gonna
Sydney.
have you guys come up, and I'm gonna answer a couple more questions. Supplies. We've got so many great. Come on up, guys. Come on up. Have a seat. We have so many great suppliers. I'm gonna have you guys turn around for a second. Okay. PNS Double Black makes this whole project work. They're our premier sponsor of this. Flex has been involved, 100th anniversary. Buff and Shine, we couldn't do it without their pads. The Rag Company, we've got over 2,000 Rag Company towels in stock. IK sprayers. If you're not an IK fan, you need to become one. We've got Road FS. I've got a 20-year relationship with Road FS when it comes to software. Not only that, but these guys are one of the biggest supporters of the industry that we've got. It's so cool to see all the software companies starting to really make an impact in the industry. Grit Guard, huge champions of the Lamb family year after year. Angel Wax, somebody new to this. We use Angel Wax. A lot of people don't really realize this. Angel Wax is one of our go-tos in our training center. It's really cool to have them involved. Dynabraid, again, second-year sponsor of that. And then Ian at Auto Fiber. We'll go through and we'll talk about all the different sponsors for lunches and everything else tomorrow. We're also going to be at 3 o'clock Pacific time. We're going to be live today with Flex talking about their 100th anniversary. So have a seat. Oh, and somebody's saying what a cool design too. Love the shirt design this year. Yeah, right. Matthew, it's pretty cool. All right, guys.
Hey,
Introduce yourself.
How are you? Richard Ambrose, Guns N' Roses Detailing, Pomona,
And
California.
how much less of a man are you this year? than you
Less?
were a year? Yeah, you lost, and I mean that. You lost a lot of weight.
I wasn't much last year, and I'm a lot less this year.
No, how much weight did you lose?
90 pounds so far.
Since last year, man. I mean, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, I have a date with the B-17 later today.
Yeah,
or
you
at least
get in there.
at one point. I couldn't get past the Bombay last year.
I mean,
so I'm
it's
hoping to
so
do that
proud
this
of
year.
you.
Thank you. I
So
appreciate
proud
it.
of you. Introduce yourself.
DMP Auto Detailing.
But you go by
Bubba Gill.
Bubba. Okay. And so where are you out of?
Little town in Wilsonville, Alabama.
That's cool. So what do you guys think?
Love it.
Pretty
Love it.
Pretty cool, huh?
You know, just being part of the project is the awesome part of it all. Meeting the detailers from around the U.S., coming together, doing one thing. We put our differences aside. We put everything aside, and we're just detailers for a week.
Is that cool or what?
It's awesome.
We're just men and women for a week.
Absolutely.
We're pals. We talk business, we talk shop, we talk families, we talk
Absolutely.
struggles, all these different things.
It's true.
And so not your first rodeo.
No, number 4 for me.
Number 4. When were you up last?
I was
Were you here last year?
I was here last year.
Yeah, last year. And that's what's amazing. I've been looking around. The transformation, dude, it's unbelievable.
Thank you.
You and your wife, not just you, your wife.
Yeah, she's down 60.
I mean, just I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's such an inspiration.
Thank you.
To see you guys, and neither one of you were like I wouldn't.
You carried it so well.
You did.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I hit it well too.
Yeah, exactly. But it's so cool to see it. This dude now, this guy got it. Both of you have done some pretty amazing things in the last couple of years.
Man, my business has grown in leaps and bounds since last year being part of Air Force One project, and I've got more coming. I mean, it just keeps coming, and we're just sometimes you just got to lay in bed and go, okay, where am I going now? And then you just got to. But then that's when you bring all of that here this week, and there's you never judge your book page or your chapter by somebody else's.
No.
And you take your chapter where you're at, find somebody
Run your own
5
game.
or 6
That's right.
chapters above you, and go, how do I get to your chapter? And with all the detailers we have, there's different levels, and there's beginners, there's mediocre, there's medium, the guys in the middle, and then there's guys we're running $1 million+ shops here.
Oh yeah, multi-millionaires.
Absolutely.
Made from detailing.
Absolutely.
And now from investments. We sit down. We have what we call patio talks. We had one the other night, man, and I'm going to tell you already. I don't know if anybody's talked among themselves. I've had 2 or 3 people come up to me on that co-op idea and the partnership idea and stuff. We're going. We had a talk on the way here today. We're going. There's an opportunity that Andy's got, and I'm like, why? We just talked about it, Andy. Why aren't you bringing us into that? Let's go buy that piece of property.
It's true.
True. I would love to own 20 or 30 more pieces of property in the next 4 or 5 years. Is that in designing a co-op, a partnership that goes out and does that. We're looking at one of the next characters up here that's going to come up. He's shifting some of his talents to the financial world. All these different things are happening. Now we did one of the coolest projects. I mean, growing up, with you were a medic.
Yes.
Okay. So why don't you explain what you started working on and what you got for us, and then I'll go off on my 10-year-old me.
You got it. So the LA County Fire Museum is a museum based in Bellflower, California, and they had put out a post asking for different sponsors of different things that the museum needs. One of them being a detail supply sponsor. And so I reached out to them, and we connected. And it took a few months for us to kind of get things squared away between us and the and PNS detail products. And in all of that, they said they wanted to make sure that the Squad 51 from the show Emergency was protected, because that is their diamond vehicle, if you want to call it that. This is the one that travels all over the country. It's traveled all over the world. It's sat at the Smithsonian. And we were able to, 5 of us were able to go out there and get it corrected, get it polished, get it coated, and the museum just can't be happier with it.
This was from the show Emergency. You're probably too young to have seen that.
Might be a little bit.
AMG 365.
AMG 365.
That's a little more.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, it was the biggest recruitment tool for paramedics.
Yeah, it's it was like the Top Gun of the fire industry of EMS.
Absolutely. We had the one gentleman that came in that was paramedic. What was his
number 3?
Number 3, 003. was his paramedic license. I don't know if anybody knows, if anybody's watching, what their paramedic number is. Hey, Polar, one of my guys might be watching. What's your paramedic number? He just got his. But I guarantee you, it's a little more than triple digit.
Right.
You know, a little more than triple digit.
Yeah.
So that project, when we got down there, it was one of your. It's like this. You're touching history.
That's true.
You know, and for me, I never missed. Okay, this is going to blow you away. We didn't have binge watching back then. When there was a series on, you had to watch 1 week at a time.
Right.
I'm not that young.
Okay, but it's my kids were blown
when
away.
I'm growing up, I thought you cut the TV off, the TV just stopped.
Right.
And you just cut it back on and you started where it was from when you cut it off.
I grew up 38 miles outside of Los Angeles. We had Channel 2, Channel 4, Channel 5, Channel 7, Channel 9,
11
Channel
and 13.
11, and 13.
I
That was
remember
it.
as a
34
kid,
if you
when
wanted
you-
Spanish.
Yeah, we didn't even get that one.
Oh my God.
When I was
we
a
didn't get
kid,
that
you know,
one.
you had to call like 6 of your buddies over to get the TV in because it weighed so much.
Oh,
It was this
absolutely.
gigantic wooden console.
Right.
And we didn't. I was just telling my wife this. I'm not admitting any crime was done, but we when MTV launched, we didn't have a car at the time, and we didn't have a working TV. So I had to go watch the opening episode of MTV at a friend's house. But then we came across the TV, and then we bought a black box off the black market that got us cable to where I could actually watch MTV at home.
Yes.
But the TV, man, it wasn't a very high quality TV, but that's where it went. So let's talk about, this project. Let's talk about what it's done, for your businesses, what it's done for you, and your partners. This isn't a project to go out and promote. This project kind of connects with you.
It does. Me and Jeremy were sitting there talking about it last night. It's not, me and him both are on the same page as far as the marketing is great with this project. But to me, the friends I make here, me and Richard are working together. We've become good friends last year. He's in California. I'm all the way in Alabama. We're literally across the United States.
You know what they say about the Californians?
Well, I ain't gonna tell you what they say in Alabama. But
You love a little Southern.
We're both from the South, Southern California.
Right.
You know?
But we have an LA there. It's called Lower Alabama.
There you go. Right? There you go. There you go.
But it's just the learning and the being part of a group and being part of a process. And then, Saturday when we get to leave and you look around and go, we did that. You see the end results, just like detail. You see the end result at the end of the day. And you go, I did that. I helped as a group do that. And that's the most satisfying thing of it all.
It is. So what about for you? You're an emotional dude.
I am an emotional dude, and it really comes down to history. These planes and these artifacts have just basically have gone through time, and they've touched so many different hands, and they've done so many different things, and they've affected so many things in the world. And here we are, providing a service and preserving something that is not just meant for those that have lived it, but those that haven't even seen it yet,
aren't even alive yet.
And it's just amazing to me.
And the thing that got me my first year here is we worked on the B-29 over there, and looking in those seats of that plane, thinking, these were 19, 20, 21-year-old kids that they just threw the keys to and was like, hey, go fight for our country.
That's it.
That literally.
And you look at that B-17, Dick's going to be here.
Is he?
On Saturday.
Cool.
99, what'd you say, Chris? 99 and a half, right?
He's
always adds in a half.
Always a half.
Always a half. But, he lost boys. And him himself, he was sitting in that left seat, flying 35 missions over Germany. And by the way, when he got to Europe, there was 25 missions. And then they came to him about 17 missions in and said, hey, we don't have enough pilots. We're taking it to 35. Well, he's watching all his friends not come back.
Yeah.
He lost crew when he's there.
I think he told us he was 20 when he graduated flight school.
Yeah.
And by the time he flew, and when he got called and he was 21 when he flew his first mission.
Yeah.
I know what I was doing at 21, and it sure wasn't flying no B-29 bomber.
And so that history, unless we carry it on and spread it, and here's what I like about this, is that we're preserving it so other generations can see it, and there's a lot of, controversy. That plane, the B-29 was designed for one purpose, really. And that
Absolutely.
was, and the B-17 too. I mean, it's a war, but that's the world. I hate to tell you folks, it's the world we live in.
It's
You
true.
can't whitewash it out of there.
It's true.
And this it's one year we're sitting at the B-29. We worked, that plane was over in the corner, sitting there rotting when we did Air Force One. I started begging the second year, start putting that thing together and let me at it. I was doing bright work polishing on the aircraft. Oh, somebody just dropped their polisher.
Thank goodness it's a flex.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Flex
will take it lit.
Hey, Barry, good morning. Barry Teals just said hi to everybody.
Barry.
Yeah,
What's
and
up,
then
Barry?
Romero, he adds in, I grew up with Saturday morning, was watching cartoons all morning and moving the bunny ear antennas to get the good picture, good time. Hey, I got one from there, Romero. I grew up in Southern California where the Santa Ana winds. I don't know if you ever heard this story. When the Santa Ana winds would blow, it would move our antenna on the roof. So I'd have to go climb up on the roof, and my Italian grandma was yelling out the window, nope, go back where you were. And then I grab it, and then she'd go, no, whatever you just did. And I said, I let go. And she goes, well, grab it just for a second. I'm watching my favorite soap. So I'd grab it and be standing there, happen to hold it, and I'd just get it right. Then we go back down. The wind would blow again, and we'd have to go back up on the on the roof. Well, guys, it's been a pleasure, man.
Absolutely.
It's been awesome.
Thank you.
Proud of you. Proud of you.
Thank you.
This dude here, man, he's turning into a freaking entrepreneurial beast, man. You're just beast
trying.
mode. Well, let's get these co-op thing together, make some investments.
I agree.
Absolutely. Make it happen.
I
All right,
agree.
man.
Yes,
Thanks,
sir.
guys.
Thanks, Renny.
All right,
Appreciate
so
it.
we're gonna bring the next guys in. While they're coming in, and Robbie, what's up, dude? I'm gonna take and answer a couple more questions. Is the plane coated? Hey guys, no, right now the plane's not coated. And the reason why, we're not too sure what we weren't too sure what they're gonna do with the paint on Air Force One. And so we didn't want to coat it until we knew, come on over, sit down. We didn't want to coat it until we knew if they're gonna completely repaint all the painted surfaces. We are going to have that discussion with them between now and next year with the 20th anniversary. It could be coated next year. We'll see what happens. So, what's up, guys? Introduce yourself, man.
I'm Jeremy Lope from Maui, Hawaii.
Okay.
Firehouse Detail Maui.
There you go.
Hola. Ricardo La Torre, BMR Auto Detailing, Ogden, Utah, originally from Mexico City.
There you go. What year is this for you?
4.
What year is this for you?
It's my first year.
First year? Rookie year. What do you think?
It's awesome.
What'd your, so you get the invite. What'd you think? Were you just like, okay, this is just an email coming through, or?
No, it was actually really special for me when I
Was
got
it?
the email. Yeah. Being able to give back to the country that, adopted me as another one. It was a no-brainer for me to volunteer.
Yeah, that's awesome. Were you like, oh shit, I got to go back?
No.
No.
This last year has been, I don't want to say a little rough, but it was.
You had some challenges.
Yeah, and like a lot of people, I guess, getting out of the pandemic and kind of getting back to regular life.
Well, Hawaii was hit especially hard.
Yeah, and we were moving, and we had some other things happen, and it was a surprise. I tried to give as much as I could to the group.
Yeah. We just seen you and your lovely family in Big Bear.
Yeah.
And here, we're gonna get to see you again.
Yeah.
So that's always cool.
Definitely. Yeah, it was good being able to take them up there and show them the. I didn't get to see the new shop, so.
Yeah, you got to see the shop for the first time.
That was good.
A little different, huh?
Definitely awesome.
Yeah, pretty cool. Okay, we're blessed to have it. You walk in that first day, Monday. Oh, this is a funny story. So today we were waiting for one of our guys. We thought we were missing a guy, so we got a little bit of a late start. We let to stop for coffee. And Ricardo's sitting in the back and he's going, "Oh man, I'm gonna be in trouble. Doug's gonna be mad. I'm gonna be in trouble because I'm late." He goes, "I'm gonna walk in right behind you." We walked in this morning and I said, "Dang, Ricardo, he had to get some special order coffee and we're late." So when you started on Monday, what'd you think? Come in. What's your thought pattern?
Well, first thing I was like, man, how we all gonna get organized, to work on
This many people,
on this massive, artifacts. But I was impressed, I was impressed how everything, welded together,
Yeah.
and it's amazing. It's
What'd you think
amazing.
of working on the aluminum on B29? Sorry guys, we're gonna get a little. That's something either big or old. I think it's big. That was loud.
Yeah, so the first day we were working on it, and I think we got on our comfort zone for a little bit, and we were like, oh, we got this handle,
Yeah.
until the next morning when we
morning.
saw what was going on.
Been there, done that, right?
Yeah. So we were, holy moly, what we did, So next day we actually got more organized, and I think we did a better
finishing
job.
team came over and worked with you guys.
Yep.
One-on-one, showed you the techniques, and it's pretty unique. If you guys haven't watched the beginning of this, Robbie, hey, what's up, buddy? Go back, and we had some of the finishing team already in. You've been. This is, by the way, too. This is our Hawaiian supermodel. Is every time we need a really handsome guy for a picture, this is who we put in on it. So, but that to remember that first time you touched aluminum back on the first time, it's a learning curve.
It's because it's not just the delicate nature of the aluminum, but it's the curve of it. So we worked on, I think the first aluminum I touched was the 747 engine 4.
Oh man, right?
And that thing sits in the sun, and you think you do a good job in the morning, just like that.
Yep. Come back and it
looks absolutely horrible. So it's a learning curve, and you just gotta finesse it and figure out what works.
In the cool mornings with some with more moisture in the air, and then as the moisture dries out of the air a little bit, and the temperature warms up, all of a sudden that metal changes.
Yep.
And so a lot of people just don't count on that. So tell us a little bit. Tell us about your company, what you do. Got a niche?
I mainly do ceramic coatings on Maui, and of course I work as a firefighter, so I just do it kind of as a hobby and business hobby, I guess. And I filter it in between my schedule, and it gives me a lot of time to kind of debrief from work, and a lot of the things that we see as far as being a first responder is it's good to debrief and find something that you do that kind of takes your mind off everything. So that's kind of how I look at detailing as my therapy a little bit, and it's been good. I've been doing it for what was it? When did I go to training? 2018?
Yeah, 2018. No, 2017 or 18? 18?
February
Gotcha.
and 18. So I've been doing it for a while, but not really a business, kind of just playing around and my own cars. But I finally started to get a little bit more serious into it, and that's pretty much how my business goes. It's really small. I'm just by myself, and but I've learned a lot since being in the group, and I joined the group to not only get knowledge, but to have people to be able to talk to when I needed to about detail, and come to find out that a lot of us here have the same values, and that's why we get along. So
we have fun.
Yeah.
And these guys are type A's. They're not always. It's like herding aggressive cats. It's they're type A. They're entrepreneurs. Not easy. So tell us about your business, and you got a niche specialty, something that you love.
We're transitioning, from that interior detailing to specialties. We just started to do ceramic coatings, window tint, PPF. So yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there.
And you're such a bright young man. This guy asked me one of those questions. I cover this every time. He asked me back in November of last year, "Hey man, do you love yourself?" Nobody had ever asked me that question. I won't even go into the depth of it. But this guy's so beyond his years and maturity that it's really cool. It's cool to watch you both grow. It was awesome to meet your family, and see them. You live in one of the. I know it's tough at times, right?
Yeah,
but Hawaii's pretty cool.
It is. I can't complain when I wake up in the morning.
No, Hawaii's pretty cool. Well, gents, we won't keep you. Thanks for coming in, guys. You take care. Okay.
Definitely.
Great talking to you. We just real quick. We had somebody put up some nasty comments. I blocked the son of a bitch. And if I ever see you, I will punch you in the fucking face. You know, I have no room for that kind of crap. And anybody that saw it, you saw who said it. I hope you guys know this piece of shit. I have zero time for racial pieces of shit. Zero. You don't know who I am and what I just went through. And well, I'll tell you what, I ever see you, dude, this 56-year-old is going to rearrange your freaking face. Mr. James O'Sullivan. You guys know him.
Yeah.
We want to meet him. He's going to tie you into a pretzel, you know? What's up, guys? How you doing, man?
Good, yourself?
Introduce yourself, your company.
So my name is Jerome Holland. My company is Carbath Mobile Detailing, and I'm based out of Arcadia, California.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah,
How
how
you
are you,
doing?
man? Good. I'm Shane Mayfield. I own a couple different businesses, 2 Perfection Plus Auto Salon locations in Oregon and a Central Oregon Motors car dealership.
That's awesome. What do you think?
Yeah.
What year are you in?
Business?
No, year.
2.
2.
No. This is your first year.
I thought he
here.
meant Mafia. It's my
No,
year.
no.
I'm a rookie.
Yeah,
I'm a
you're a
rookie
rookie.
for the event.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Rookie year. What do you think?
I love it, man. It's fun, you know, spending time with like-minded people. So.
Pretty awesome, isn't it?
Yeah.
What did you think when he walked up? Oh, shit.
I didn't even know what to sound like. Damn. Okay.
Yeah, right? It's like pretty intense. I haven't even got to say this. The first time, so when I did the test spots on Air Force One on the other side, is that was one thing. But when I got the nod that I had to go do the project, and I remember driving up, and I remember my right-hand guy looking at me, and he goes, "We're really doing this? No, we're doing this." He goes, "You're nuts." and it was, you know, we were doing bright work on airplanes all the time. Not this much, you know. That wasn't even including the B-29, you know. And I remember being out there when we were out front, and I told him like on the 10th day, we were here for 14 days the first time, and there's only 7 of us. We had 3 volunteers helping us, so there's 10 in total, and that was including Evan. But the B-29 was parked out in the corner, and I remember about the day 10 or 11, I looked at my right-hand guy and I said, "Hey man, that plane, there's none of those things around. We have got to get them to bring that out of storage. We got to bring that back." And he's sitting there polishing aluminum. He's like, "I quit." He's like, "There's no," he was kidding, but he's like, "If we polish that, I quit. I can't imagine how much work that's going to be."
Yeah.
And our daughter's 20. Oh, this is kind of cool. I didn't even think of this. This is the 10th anniversary of us first touching the B-29.
Oh wow.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
Is when we first started on that. And then you know what's sad? We got done with it. We brought it back, not to what it is now, but pretty close. They moved it outside because Costco was building a new hangar, and they tossed it out, tore down the hangar where they built B-17s, and that thing, they wrapped it. They had to wrap it in a big vinyl wrap to protect it. They basically bagged it.
Yeah.
And it was sad. And what was it, 3 years ago that we unbagged it and started cleaning it back up
Maybe a
again?
little longer than that.
Yeah, it was 3 or 4 years ago. They took in it moved into here, and it was pretty messed up. But thank God, not much damage. We were able to fix the damage that was done by having it wrapped, and it was pretty cool. So let's talk about your business. What do you do? Where are you out of?
So
Got any niche?
Based out of Arcadia. So my niche lately seems to be like interiors. I've been getting like a ton of interiors. Of course, I'd like to move towards doing more coatings. Don't do a lot of coatings. So, but yeah, a ton of interiors.
Well, you know, as people always ask me what's your favorite thing to do in detailing, and is make money. I like that part of it.
Yeah.
But I like wash clays and protects, wash clays coats. I love paint correction, always have. But I love interiors, man. I've always dug interiors. For me, it's a science. You know, you really got to know your stuff to be good at it. So, Shane, what about you?
Yeah, so my company specializes in vehicle protection. We really do a ton of PPF, tint. We do a ton of ceramic coatings. And that's kind of become our niche in our area. We're really well known for that there. So,
That's cool.
Yeah.
So what you've been, you know, you're the president of the mafia right now.
Yeah.
It's again, it's like herding aggressive cats, you know?
It is.
Yeah,
It is.
exactly.
And everybody's got their own issues and some drama and
it's an awesome experience, and I've learned a ton in the short period of time I've been the president. So
Yeah, it's cool because we are a diverse crowd. We've got really, Eric was just sitting here. He's 20-nothing years old.
Yeah.
We've had 16 and 17-year-old people come to training now. We've got people that have been in the mafia since day one. They're founders of it.
Yeah.
We've got newer members and everything else. And to bring all these 100 and some people together with all these different personalities and backgrounds.
Yeah.
And they're type A's and they're entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
A credit to them. 98% of people in the group are just like you guys. They want to grow their business, their life. They want a good life. They want to be independent. They want to build wealth. And they want to have a life while they're doing it all.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what really makes this group unique and special is each individual, they all bring something to the table to better each individual. And we're all in it for each other, not just in it for ourselves. And we're putting just as many deposits back into the group as we're taking withdrawals, right? And I think that's what the biggest key to success, as far as my personal success and my business success, definitely in the 5 or 6 years that I've been part of this group has just went through the roof from being part of it.
That's awesome. What's your take on that? You've been you came to training in 2019,
2020, September of 2020.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So for me, I mean, it's similar. I mean, I think I'm so early in business. I'm getting more out of the group than I'm giving back, but I'm learning.
Mm-hmm.
But the experience that I really have that I offer to some of like the new members is the mistakes. What I mean by that is like the ego purchases. Purchasing stuff
That's great.
like I really don't need, which is directly affecting my profit margin. Then I look up and I have all this stuff that I don't even need, chemicals that I'm not even using.
Wants versus needs.
And stuff like yeah. So I think that's what I've been sharing with a lot of the younger members, like at Big Bear and at Mobile Tech. What I have to offer in that area. So
You hadn't seen SEMA this year?
I hope so. I'm still not, because I'm here. I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to work that out. The good part about it is I can drive there in 3 hours.
Yeah,
so,
it can be a quick trip.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it can be a quick trip.
Absolutely. Tickets already booked. Ready to roll.
That's us. We're ready to go. That's what we get to work on next. So
I know.
Well, hey guys, it's good chatting with you. I'm glad we could come in and introduce you. So
Thank you,
so much, man.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, get back to work.
Yeah,
get out of here. Okay, so how many more do we have?
We're gonna wrap it up.
Okay, well, get in here. You and I are going to talk for a second. So Chris will be behind the scenes.
Don't take too long because I got to go get our lunch.
No, I got to go pee. I drank a big thing of coffee. So hey guys, sorry for losing a little bit, but this James piece of shit. I won't even say what he said. I'll say it off camera later. Anybody wants to know, if you know him,
he might have been just a YouTube troll. We get those sometimes.
Yeah, he was on both. He was on 2 platforms.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we're not going to waste our time with that. What a cool thing. This was a good idea of sitting back here. I loved having the plane in the background and the guys working on it.
Yep.
It's pretty cool. So, yeah, Chris is our hero. Did you see that? Ryan Joseph De Silva said, "You're his hero. You're mine too." Hey, you know what, Ryan? I'll give a big hug for you.
There you go.
Because he loves hugs. He hates it. He can't stand it. And so,
they're not that bad.
You worked your butt off. I got to thank you for working your butt off. You did
bit.
a great job. We had last night. It was we went a little over budget on dinner, and it was so worth it.
That's inflation's fault, though. I'm pretty sure.
Well, no, I think it was really, really good food fault. I think we had. I mean, the appetizers were flowing, the dinner was flowing, everybody was stuffed,
and the views were nice.
The views were very, very nice. We had everything from built for speed to not built for speed. You had jet fighters and bombers. Yeah. Does that make sense? We won't go any more than that.
There was one cargo plane too.
And there's a cargo plane. There's a cargo plane. And there's smoking hot firefighting planes and not. So, but good job. I don't get to tell you that much. The guys that you just absolutely killed it. I made it. This is the most successful Air Force One project we've ever had. And it's so much to do with our sponsors. All of them, we named them off earlier. But Chris bringing it all together as a center point. My wife, Diane, we have some family struggles at home with a brother and one of our puppies. one of our dogs. So she had to stay home, but she's back home helping us out from there. All these things, Doug, Bobby, and all the team members that we just got to talk to.
That's right. You can't do it without them.
No, I can't do it without them. And then lastly, the Museum of Flight, Boeing, the Air Force, United States Air Force. We just couldn't do it without it. It's such an honor to be there. But hey, Rich, that's awesome. Rich will be here in September. He'll be in Big Bear at September. So we're real excited for that. And Corey, Chris, thank you for everything you do. He is the GOAT. Have you ever been called a GOAT before?
No.
No?
No.
No?
No.
You're moving to Idaho, California. You're used to California where this bud's for you, but in Idaho, it's this used for bud.
My dog thinks she's a goat. She climbs on everything.
Does she really?
Oh, she's been on top of the kitchen table.
Yeah, our new
and she's a lab.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell you. So the new dog, last night I was told, the new puppy, Coda, she's 3 months old. She decided that she was going to go try to play with Boomer.
Uh-oh.
Boomer's our almost 14-year-old dog, Akita, Rottweiler mix, and he doesn't like to play. So she decided to get in his face, and he didn't bite her, but she screamed off and ran into the backyard again because she thought she was going to be killed.
Hopefully she learned her lesson.
She hasn't. She's a lover. So Diane bought this, she didn't buy. We adopted a Doberman to kind of be the protector, and she's not going to be a protector. She's 100% lover, and so our old dog has enough of her, and he kind of chased her off, and she thought she was going to get killed, and she went off screaming. But Sarah, thank you so much. All of you, thanks for watching. We're almost 3 hours in.
I know, but we had a lot of people to
it's
try
awesome.
to get on
This
here.
was fun. This was really fun. And
Honestly, we could have kept going. I got all but one team member that was really too bashful.
Who?
And
who was?
yeah,
who
we
is
need
it?
to throw him under the bus.
Yeah, who is it?
Jimmy Buffett, James Akers.
Hey, Jimmy. God, we could really screw with him right now.
That's all right. I don't even know where
No,
he is.
he isn't. But Jimmy Buffett, man.
I
you know
tried.
what? We'll talk about Jimmy. Jimmy's a great guy. Jimmy's out of NorCal. Real talented guy. D1 detailing, right?
T1.
T1.
Yeah,
excuse me.
it's
D1. I was thinking. What was I thinking? D1.
Yeah.
T1. It stands for the diabetes.
That's right, because he's type 1 diabetic.
That's why I went D1.
Yep.
So he's got a great business. He gives back to his community. He's a good guy. Is he bashful?
I don't think he's bashful, but he was too bashful. I tried. I was going to drag him.
Yeah.
I tried.
I don't think. Well, we still talked about him. He's got a lovely wife, lovely family.
Yep.
We got to meet his wife at Big Bear this year when she was there. So hey, thanks for coming in. We are going to have another one of these at 3:00 Pacific time today.
Yeah, 3 o'clock Pacific today, so that's 6 Eastern. We're going to have Chris Metcalf and a couple of guests from Flex that came all the way here from Germany.
That's
Over on the desk,
Okay.
I've got a whole bunch of plastic scrape sticks.
Oh, you're awesome. These guys.
They're different sizes too.
Oh,
So
I
getting
like
the
that.
tight places.
There you go. That's these guys are all. They work their butts off for us. They're part of the museum staff
right.
of volunteers. You can see they're coming over scrapers. They get cool stuff up here.
Yeah,
they got these little scrapers. Keith went over.
They
Hey,
get
where's
all these
Keith at?
airplanes.
Did you get Keith over here?
I did not.
Wonder if you could get Keith over here real quick.
I'm out of time. I got to run.
You got to run. You have
Yeah.
to go pee pee.
No, I got to go to.
Oh,
I got to
thought
get
you
our
meant
food.
you had to run. Well, we'll bring Keith in with the Flex guys later.
Yeah, we can
today.
do
How's
that.
We'll get Jimmy on there too. I'm going to talk to him.
All right.
I'm gonna tell him he's got to come over with the Flex guys. So, Luis, miss you, dude. Big thank you to Chris for making everything happen behind the scenes. He does a great job. This cast was the exact duration it took for me to lay down 2 wonderful layers of legend on the WRX I'm working on. Right on, Ryan. Good job. Cool. So, hey,
Awesome.
we're out of here.
We're out of here. I got to go get everybody's lunch so they don't starve.
All right, guys. We got donuts though.
Okay, so they won't starve.
No,
they
they won't starve. They won't starve. All right, guys. Take care. Good seeing you all. Thanks for tuning in. Check it out.
Yep. See you guys.
I'm gonna get a donut because I'm looking